Jackson, you are not alone. Like, you're gonna realize that, like, you were really cool all along, is what I'm hearing. I'm seeing yellow corn. Makes me think again of this whole Christopher Columbus reference, okay? Clearing the crown, third eye. Some of you I'm hearing, she, she's gonna try to, like, she's gonna try to get you to bail her out. That's what I'm hearing for someone. At some point, she's gonna try to befriend you. And when you turn your back to her at that point, because you realize what's been going on this whole time, then she's gonna start getting really bitter. Because I see her, she's starving. Spirit's gonna starve her entity to death. Till death do them part. That's what Spirit's gonna do. The people who were operating in the shadow whoever was living, I'm hearing, outside their means, didn't deserve those things. Doesn't do good for the collective with those things. Causing people harm, but themselves benefit type of vibe. These people are gonna start, like, losing favor, and so they're losing everything, guys. Yeah. And she, I feel, is going to try to approach you to make amends so that you bail her ass out, so that that's not on her energetic record, like when you forgive her or whatever. No fucking bitch. No fucking way. You owe me all that, okay? So you're gonna try to get smart last minute and become your friend or whatever? No. It's about Ford Mobile. Yeah, she bought you some cheap ass shit, and yet she's got the most expensive crap for herself sitting there, when really as a child, like, you needed like the proper resources, and yeah. She wanted you dull, like not knowing what this world is really about, I feel. That's how it's coming off. So you're gonna get access again to all those resources. What I would do is stop interacting with her right now, like even before. Like, I think right now, energetically, we're at this point where she's still kind of, like, got that food in her belly, you know, like, metaphorically. She got that food in her belly still. She's not really realizing, like, what hunger feels like. So when the starvation hits, you don't want her having your phone number. This is what I'm hearing. Oh, my God. This came through in the Pisces read. We said keep that pie to yourself. Because if they know, oh my God, I think that's maybe a pie of money. I just kind of, yeah, that occurred right now. That I'm seeing a red sachet. I'm hearing bloom. She could be Indian. She likes to wear these long sachets and guards. I feel like a spider web right there. Spirit wants to go back to the talking crap part where she was talking shit about people and, like, calling them ugly behind their back. Yeah. Judging people. She used to, yeah. And so some of you here, like, you're meant to be appreciated, and also by another person. Like, she kept you single as well, in case you were curious, like, why your love life, like, never really, got to where you knew it deserved and needed to go. It's like you were asking Spirit, like, why the hell am I single? Why all these people out here who are horrible people have, like, these these counterparts? And I mean, it just didn't make sense. Yeah, because she was sitting in your sacral chakra, and any masculine or whoever would come around you, they would feel her in your aura, and they would just be repelled, because not because of your energy. They would be attracted to you, but then it's like when you're attracted to somebody, but then they got a weirdo parent, and it's like the parent scares them off. That's a little bit the vibe. Yeah, she scared off I'm hearing huntress. Yeah, like they saw you, and then they saw her, and they were like, they got scared even. It's like, yeah, maybe she even, like, literally, like, would just try to scare off your people, whoever you would date and stuff, behind your back. And she said she was protecting you, but it wasn't really protection, okay? She was trying to come in between you guys, is what I do here, trying to become the whole point of the relationship. You know those people? It's like you introduce them to your boo, and then it's like they're all mousy and shy until you start talking to them and like include them maybe in a friendship sense, and then they start like becoming the whole point of your relationship. Like that's a little bit the energy. Like she starts spotlighting herself in your relationship. I've seen this moment at like a breakfast table. Yeah, it's like, do you realize that's awkward as hell? Like this is them on a date, not you. She's like flirting even. I'm hearing that. She's batting her eyes and blinking like a cartoon character at the person who maybe came over to talk to you, is what I'm hearing. It's like, you don't need to dress like that. This is her husband. Okay? Yeah, calm down. Like, yeah, you can get a Tinder of your own if you really need somebody. Like, okay, meanwhile, it's like she don't want to like meet nobody because this is the vibe. She knows that. Yeah, I feel she was manifesting with your sacred energy. Now, I'm seeing the color yellow, yellow for yellow corn. Some of you, she faked your answers on the aptitude test to make you feel stupid. That's insane. Who is this woman? Yeah, yeah. This is, I think, general collective, if we do say it. It's like the general education system. It doesn't naturally support, how do we say, it's not predisposed and inclined to support the starseed talent system. Yeah. It's like, okay, so what if I'm a psychic? I'm a genius. Okay, yeah, I'm a genius ass psychic. Where's the Harvard for that? Okay, so yeah, it's like people have different types of talents. Some people, yes, don't say these people are stupid. They're not genius in their own way, you know? Yeah. Oh, that's the T. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, thank you, Spirit. It's like she designed the test to ask the questions that she knows that maybe you're not have interest in. It's not that you're stupid, but you don't have interest in those things. I don't know about you guys, but that's how I am. If I don't give a damn, I don't even give a D in my answers on the damn test. I will fail out, flunk it because I don't give a fuck. I don't give my energy to things I don't give a damn about. Yeah, that's how starseeds work, because they don't work for society to please everybody. You heard? We're not here to please your agenda. Fuck you and your stupid system of a 9 to 5 where you become enslaved and you have debt and then you have to go get this crazy job and you lose your soul in that. Okay, that's called stupid. And so we're too smart to fall into that little system. Okay, and yet they want to call those people stupid. Okay, I don't know about y'all, but when I like something, I become an expert in it. I don't know about y'all, but I guess straight A. I freaked the teachers out. Back in school, seriously, I was scared the hell out of them because they would judge me. Because when they were, I'll never forget. I had this teacher. He was such an asshole. He was like sexist, and he was like this gay guy, and he was even flirting. He would give like special treatment and treat the young guys in the class totally differently than the women. Anyways, he was just a jackass. His general energy was just so rude. But anyways, I was in his class and he was teaching, and that was my interpretation. I'm sure some people love him. It's always interpretive, right? But I personally felt like he wasn't a good teacher, and he didn't genuinely want everyone to pass, and he was like, it was more about his ego. Like this was a platform for him, like the classroom was his stage or some shit for his repressed Leo energy, and for his his shadow Leo energy. Anyways, he was like a narcissist. it's like the narcissism is like, or narcissistic abuse happens earlier in life. I'm hearing Lewis, academic context, but I fully like wasn't into the subject matter. He was teaching different subject matters, and one class was just like a regular class. I think it was like maybe geometry or something. I don't quite recall, but it was like not interesting to me. I did not find it interesting, and plus he was a jackass, and so I just okay, you're gonna go ahead, try to motivate me. Okay, if I don't want to do it, I won't do it. If I don't want to pass that class, I'm not gonna pass it. If I don't want to get an A, I'm not gonna get an A. You heard? It's about me, not about you. And then I ended up taking his AP class next. I was his top student. He was scared. He told me, he's like, yeah, come on through, bitch. I'm trumping you at your own material in your AP class. I swear to God, he was like, he told me straight up, he was scared. It's like I don't, I've never seen that. Like, how do you go from like a C to a plus in a harder class? Yeah, so something like that. Well, you're gonna see now, bitch. You're gonna see a lot of things in life. Okay, yeah, you can learn a thing from yeah, women. Okay, as well. Yeah, he's sexist. That freak. He's a sexist freak. Anyways, so you could tell like he has animosity towards women. It's not that he it's a sexual thing. It's called animosity. It's called down low sexism, disguised as gay. But yeah, that's his energy. That's how I read it, at least, and I'm open to my interpretations. But yeah, this is the vibe. Star seeds. We don't need to care about what the collective cares about. We need to care about what our soul is really telling us we need to care about, because that's all that fucking matters. And if we sell our soul to the devil, we might as well not have reincarnated. You heard? So this is what it's about. I'm seeing a basket here, like a woven basket. Yeah, this is what it's about. Someone's sister. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. We're not here to further the agenda of, I'm hearing classism as well. We're not here to further the agenda of the Matrix. Uh-huh. AK the whole education system. Think about it. You can only become a successful person with a certain formula as per how society sets it up for you in your early years, right? In education. Like, you have to be into these subject matters. Like, who the hell said that, though? Let's make a fair playing ground, okay? If you want, you're saying it's about success, right? Well, let me get there myself. Let me figure out my way to my success. No, they want to control the way that you're successful, because yeah, much of it. Okay, and I'll tell you, like, obviously the generation of the computers and online and technology and AI is going to completely like assist, okay, in the turnaround, because it's like, yeah, okay, you want to say I need you? You think anybody's gonna? We already predicted this. This was my prediction a few years ago. I said that these schools are gonna become museums. Nobody's going to school anymore. Are you kidding? In just due time, give it time. These Ivy Leagues, whatever. This is not gonna be. We're not. This is not what it's about anymore. People are gonna be like, "Are you fucking kidding? Go to school for 4 years and be in debt, and then be a slave to the system, and then sell my soul to this company that, I mean, you heard these people working for Google and stuff, making like hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars, and they're taking their life. This is, I mean, yeah, so this turning around, and people are realizing that it's not about just doing the formula and being the most smart person according to the Matrix, and that's how they trap your ass and your spiritual gifts as well. And not to mention these people who go on, I mean, this is a general video, this is my opinion, going on medication for, your creative energy, and it just zaps your whole creative energy and shit. And then, they're trying to tell you have an issue, you have a psychological issue, when it's really the fucking additives in the food that you're eating that are giving you anxiety, okay? And you could be, I'm here for some, you could be a prophet, but they're trying to say, oh, you got ADD, or you have OCD, or you have this. No, I have a problem with the Matrix, okay? And these children who are very talented, and that could have been you in your younger years, okay? I'm hearing. You have these gifts and talents that you needed to harness, but they wanted your parents, I'm hearing, might have been embarrassed by even you. Some of them could have known that you had a serious talent, and they didn't want, let's give an example, that you were psychic, and they were doing too much, and they didn't want you to expose them. They felt like you were too controversial. Some of you, they wanted to so-called protect you because they knew that you had these talents. But yeah, but it's just like, let me the whole thing is like, earth parents are not our parents. They're like our godparents. Who's really our parents is our starseed parents, okay, and where we come from on the astral. So we don't need our 3D family intervening too much with what we're manifesting here on the 3D, okay. And I'm hearing something about education. So someone maybe spoke too much, or they wanted to control you, and either you didn't go for it and you didn't become their star child. Maybe they wanted to compare you to another sibling who was so-called, matrix smart, okay, matrix book smart, which is really I mean, it's not about your brain. It's about more like your solar plexus. Like, are you brave enough to find your own way and not give your smart away? Okay. Like, are you just going to apply your brain in this way so that you make certain, social groups happy? Some of you here started to realize that school is like fake as fuck, and you were unhappy there, and you could have even gotten into some of these maybe very prestigious schools, and then you ended up dropping out because you realized what it's all about, really, okay? And you started to lose respect, okay, for the system. I don't know about y'all. That's how, personally, if I don't have respect for something, I'm telling you, I'm not giving you even a shred of my time. I'm not giving you a shred of my bandwidth of my brain. And spirit just shut my brain down when I'm around also genuinely stupid people who I don't respect, but who are there because of, because you bought your way through, and I can smell you. And I feel like you just didn't respect these people. And you, if you wanted to, I mean, I'm hearing it like this for some, you could have gotten into whatever school you wanted to when you were young. It sounds like this is a pretty big deal, and Spirit want to spill tea on this. They were framing you that you're stupid, that you didn't get into some kind of this or that school. Oh, so guess what, dumb? Yeah, guess what, dumb? You can think whatever you want. But when candy is all you can afford, when it comes to your to Jesus, to the supermarket in heaven, I hear it like that. Those dumb candies. Don't look at me. So you ended up being the one with the serious fucking talent that's gonna cash you out later in life. That's what I do here. And let them make fun of you. Let them make fun of you. Let them make you. Let them think you're stupid and stuff, and let them think that they can control you project to you that you're just not smart enough to get into this or that school. Let them project whatever the fuck they want, because no one cares about that. We cared about that maybe back in the 1990s to 2000s, about this whole school thing that became a brand. We don't care about that no more. Okay, yeah, that's a nothing thing. Yeah, thanks a lot. People starting to wake up to the fact that this is just a Freemasonic business plan. Okay, this whole education system and all the nonsense. Okay, and I believe personally, this is my opinion, that these schools should be sued. Okay, or and the people who sign children up, because it's like we should be able to listen. If we are going into debt at that age, and you're being signed up into an institution, and your parents are the one who are initiating you into that program, and they got to sign off, and with all the loans and all this stuff, and if you really could understand what the hell you're signing up for, okay, no, it's really hella not fucking fair. Okay, I'm talking about these student loans and how much you pay, and you end up, they're setting you up, okay, for a lack mentality. They're setting you up for debt, and you're too young to really understand at that point when you are joining these so-called forces, what's really happening here. Okay, and then they want to get you into fear, the fear mentality, the fear propaganda. You got to pay off your loans, and then when you have fear and you feel you have debt, and then you have to pay back, and you owe someone. Oh, what did I do? I'm owing someone just for having to be smart. Like, let's wake up, guys, to the system having to now you have to pay back this system. Hold on a second, I had to be smart for you, and then now I owe you because you were telling me I'm stupid unless I'm smart in your way. Let's wake up now, guys. And I think we are. That's why this whole AI thing has also come about. It's gonna be double-edged, but there's definitely some pluses to this, because we need to take the power now out of the hands of these greedy motherfuckers who just want to control your brain and tell you who you are according to you know who you are, to tell you who you are according to whatever which way algorithm. Okay, and they were trying to frame these people who have autism and these things as not smart or not fit for this or that, and it's actually the opposite. And that's just to protect them. Okay, the societal implications of what of their aptitude is to protect them by their starseed family from getting wound up in your stupid fuck program, okay, of slavery. And that's really what it's about. And these people here who with the true starseed talents are now going to be awakening. Suddenly, the Johnny who you thought had who had autism, however it is, and couldn't do this, he's now going to become his all-star in the world. And you're going to look dumb and flat-footed. You heard? You're going to look dumb, rotundous and flat-footed, and you're going to be seen for the person that you these people were making money off of you looking stupid. Is what I do here. Yeah. It's a blessing, some of you, that you didn't get wound up into that program because, I don't know about you guys. I'll say it again, even in the workplace and stuff. Imagine how many jobs you gave yourself to, like, all the way where you were like, because starseeds, when we really care, it's like you fucking treat it like family and shit. And then you realize these people are in it just for the fucking scumbag bucks. You're just here for the scumbag, the bag of bucks. Wow. And then you're working for these companies, and then you realize, damn, these people don't care. It's like, because it's called business. Yeah, it's business. It's not family. And then you realize the hard way. You get burned and stuff. Yeah. This is how it goes. Same, very similar thing. And the same thing. If you maybe it was a blessing that you didn't get into these Fortune 500 whatever companies as well. Maybe you were applying for things, and then you started to feel like your family was like judging you for this or that. Nope, you're being protected. Yep. Spirit would dumb you down on purpose. Suddenly you wouldn't remember certain things at certain times. This is all on purpose, is what I hear as a general video. But I'm here. So, yep. I see. Literally, your spirit guides are winking. They're like, "Yup, that was us." You wonder why sometimes you're on fire and like you got all these, creative ideas. The juice is flowing. And then when you're around certain people, they want to dumb that shit down. Or when Yep, because if they saw your genius too early on, oh man, yeah. So they wanted these people thinking you're dumb earlier on. It makes a lot of sense. They wanted you to kind of, look like a nobody. Like, I'm just doing nothing out here. Don't worry about me. And you're just kind of, bobbing and weaving, becoming a nobody. It's like, and then you're becoming a bigger and a bigger and a bigger nobody to the point where, nobody like you, and that's why you're a nobody, because nobody's like you. And that's going to be your specialty, okay? And you're unique, and that's the thing. So it's not about fitting into the crew and fitting into the club. It's like that's going to become really like unpopular and really uncool, and people are going to be really turned off by that. How these, whatever these, I'm being very honest here with the downloads now, okay? I don't know, but these Ivy Leagues or whatever, and this brand thing where people, it's like an ego. Oh, I didn't get into that school or this school or whatever. It's like that's so toxic. You think that being around people like that, and by the way, it's not always that those people who got in are really getting in. It's called legacy, and it's called it's paying your way through. It's called fraud. It's called so many things. I mean, they've even caught people with a whole fake application, a fake persona. So, and imagine how many things they didn't catch that go through, right? But it's not. This world is not what it seems. This system is not what it seems, and at all. We can't. And they wanted you to judge yourself according to that, and then give up, and then put your power in their hands and shit, and put your power in their hands. And I'm talking very subliminally, like meaning like this was subliminal. They did it really indirectly. They established the system in a way so that it serves them. Okay, it's like. Just like food and anything else, it's like these are basic human rights. Like this should not be. It's not a coolness competition, okay? It's called basic human rights. It's called let's give everybody a equal playing field, and let's not feel worse than we started off when we were at the when we get to the end of the system, okay? And this is gonna become blasphemous. Give it like at least 20 years. It's going to be blasphemous. Okay? Well, I say max 20 years. It'll happen a lot sooner than that. Max 20 years, people are going to be like, ew, like you were in debt $200,000? Because, it's like you got narked. You thought you'd be accepted then and into society. And on top of that, all these people who ended up going through all of that, they're so drained. They got destroyed by the schooling system. drain the fuck out of them. Now they need a doctor. They can't even go become the doctor that they went to school to become. Now they got problems. They literally are so stressed the hell out from med school and all that. They don't even want to become it. They become this allergic reaction to the thought of becoming a doctor. And now they gotta go and they're not employed. Read up on the news. Like, it's all over the news. These people with all these degrees. Okay, yeah, graduates not making a penny. So we're going to wake up very soon to this reality that of what the real priorities are in this world, and what the real like, if you need to really find a way and you really need to hustle, or you need to do this, you're going to find a way. It's just when we're lulled in the system of also control. A lot of people, these students are not stupid, it's that they don't want to be controlled. Okay, yeah. So we need a different thinking space, a free thinking space, and without these prejudices and these social tensions that run in the school environment as well, like the toxicity in school as well. Like, why so much of school, I don't know about you guys, it's not about learning, it's about abuse, okay, by your peers. It's about being bullied. Why we need any of that shit? So yeah, this is, I think that really the issue is that school needs to be something that's an ongoing thing always. And it's something that, I mean, it shouldn't be something that's putting you in debt for sure. And I think that homeschooling should become a thing. Keep the social life separate from the fucking the school life. Okay, there's no reason why your children should go to school and have to be stuck with these children just to learn. Okay, find a nice social group that you like and keep it separate from your schooling environment, because then these people, they're the children, they're associating school and learning with something traumatic. Yeah, like these children, they don't want to go to school anymore. It's like they're distracted because the children are bullying them, or all this shit. Or I can even imagine now with, God forbid, all the shootings and stuff, they don't even want to go to school. I mean, they're scared. It's like, they don't even know what's going to happen. Why? Does that sound fair? That's not fair. If you're going to learn. Why should you have fear? So we need to take control again over the system. And we need to start teaching our children, okay, well, we also want to teach them. And I'm talking, of course, okay, within the bounds of the legal system at current. But this is what, in the long term, needs to happen. The whole system needs to go, where people are also competing with each other and they're feeling shitty in class when certain people get into certain colleges and stuff. That also needs to go, and it will. Just like these, remember at a certain point in time, it was really cool to, like, have all these, like, flashy-ass brands, high brands and stuff. And then it started to become cool to be more, like, low key and dressing more like, it's not so cool anymore to wear this big flashy ass brand. That's what's happening with these school systems. Yeah. And it's way overdue. And yeah, and these people are going to be owing karmically, these people who contributed to these school systems, okay, and fed that system of hierarchy, okay, and illusion, okay, and it's just a way to make money off of the children. That's all it is. You're making money off children, okay, by instituting these programs, and it's called a business. Okay, it's not actually, okay, a program, it's a business. So we need to relabel all this crap, and we need to give power back, to people as well who want to genuinely, okay, help others also when they reach the top. Because some people, think about it, this system breeds selfishness. When you go through school, you're starting to feel like, I fucking deserve to get paid now because I went through debt. Like, it's a trauma system. You went through the whole trauma system, and then at the end, you're like, I deserve to get paid now for everything I've been through. And all these people who are earning a higher earning bracket, and all these people, oh, that's it, I want to just get paid the top, and they have no more morals left. They have no more soul left, y'all. And these bankers and whatever they're going to find, they don't give a fuck about humanity anymore, because they feel they don't feel truly, genuinely seen in this world, and they were not appreciated for their true talents. And that's why we have the issues of society that we have today. It's all boiling down to that. Okay, that's the real evil system. Is not being able to fit truly into your purpose, okay, and to flourish into your purpose because of a stupid algorithm that at the very get-go, when people want to frame you as what kind of person you are, and you don't know what your major is earlier on. Major is a human 3D thing. That's not a 5D thing. We don't have majors on astral. That's a 3D thing, especially not majors where, you're qualified or not. It's like we have nuances here. Hello? I mean, think about those days where you couldn't even have like a hybrid major, right? Like, I mean, now liberal arts schools, like they're changing these things. There's more flexible schooling. Okay, I get that. But we're talking like a gradient, yeah? Why should we have majors? That's just a way for them to be able to cookie cutter your your talents, and to tell you who you are. And it's like you need to totally make your mind elastic. And this is a talk about 5D star potentials. This is the future, okay, of what really is going to change this world, is you being outside of that norm, being outside of that algorithm, being outside, okay, of the schedule of society, being outside of that expectation, okay, and you're going to become the outlier. So many of you could be breaking off of this. Some of you, I feel like you could potentially even be having, your children are in a program, and you're thinking about, you're at this point of deciding for them, like schooling and stuff. So Spirit's saying, like, yeah, you're not crazy if you're thinking that like something needs to change with the schooling system. It definitely does, and it will be very soon. And I can only imagine, it's like everyone who ended up having to pay all these stupid ass loans for the schooling system. It's like they're gonna be so fucking pissed when they see like everyone, okay, people not even fucking going to school anymore. It's like AI has turned into, the school, and you learn what you learn in 5 years in 3 minutes. It's like, why the hell I'm going to go pay $500,000 for that and be traumatized, and with all these school shootings, God forbid. Again, like all these school shootings, why should I go through all of that? People, it's going to be a no-brainer. And student loans are going to be a thing of the past. Now, this may happen in many, many years to come. It may happen very quickly. So disclaimer, but do what you, in other words, you got to do what you think is right for your children at this point in time. But personally, I mean, that's part of it. Like, why I imagine like people like, oh, would you have kids? It's like, not in this day and age. Are you crazy? It's like you have kids just to enslave them in the system. Why would I do that? And education is just one thing. Health is another. The health system, they're telling you when you need to vaccinate your children, all this crap. No, hell no. I'm not putting my creative energy, because that's your children. When you create a child, that's a part of you. So as an extension of you. Why would I do that? That don't make no sense to me. Put your it's a slavery system. No, thank you. Yeah. So we need to break away, and I think we need to stop having like children until this system changes. Yeah. We used to boycott feeding these big conglomerate businesses, corporations, and companies who are taking advantage of the children's their spark. Okay, yeah, because until then we're just producing a lot of the same, and it's feeding the society that the group thought that this is what it is. But to break that, we got to kind of like, yeah, we got to shake it up. We got to shake it up, and we got to say, no, like we're not going to be just doing that and making money for these big companies I'm hearing as well, because that's also part of it. It's like it's a shame. Giving all your smarts to this like Freemasonic tribe is what it is. So this is coming through. How many of you have children? Because this is a big trouble. This is a big worry. This is about the future. It's not so much the issues. I mean, when society really wants to distract, it's about these big boy issues, big girl issues, big they issues. It's about the adults and no, we gotta go back to the children, the source, because this is how we're raising them. Okay, this is how we're raising them. And the issue, what they don't have also proper upbringing, their parents are missing from the childhood upbringing, and they don't have proper role models because the parents were sucked into the system, and the parents got to go do the 9 to 5, and the parents are selling their soul to the system, and they're not available for the children. So it's like, stop having kids. Hello, stop having children. Like in feeding this system until you're sovereign. You know what I'm saying? Like, first get out of slavery, and then you can populate. That's what Spirit is saying. Some of you may be feeling like you don't want to have children. Um, yeah. Until the system is, like, much better. I'm telling you, I think very soon, like, schools are shutting down. We're not going to have schools anymore. It's also too dangerous. People, like, it's equivalent of, like, back in the day when, like, airports didn't have security and stuff. And we think back to that, like, pre 9/11, like, oh my God, that was crazy. Remember, like, when you didn't even have to go through, like, the x-ray machine, whatever that thing is, you know? Yeah, I'm hearing something about taser. It's like, that's how we're going to be seeing this. Like, oh my God, remember, like, when we just go to school? It's like, it's like you, like, if a God forbid, open target, you know, in so many ways. You know, it's like you're just leaving your child just to be abused out there. This is what it's going to end up being, because that's what it's been. Yeah. It's like, why are you dropping me off at this, like, prison? That's what it feels like. School's like a prison. It's depressing. Any of you felt the same growing up? Did you feel like something just didn't feel right about school? It's like a goddamn concentration camp. Literally. It's like, concentrate. It's like, no, I don't want to concentrate right now. It's like, yeah, this is the vibe. And then, you know, you have another faction of children who may not have proper resources. They may not have the access to certain resources. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of these children that are very privileged and stuff, and they always, you know, they always have proper square meals, 4 meals a day. They have a nanny, they have this and that, they got this and that, they got the latest calculator technology, they got these things, you know, taking classes, make your brain elastic, all this stuff. Why that? And then they're in the same, they're competing with you know, kids who may not even, like, we don't know about that. We don't know about what goes on in at home with them. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they wrote that on their essay when they're getting into college, like, I went through this and I went through that. They could be facing abuse at home. Anybody could be facing that. So it's like, these circumstances, why are we judging people? I think that's the point. And I think this school is just fucking wrong. Okay? It's wrong for so many reasons. Stop judging people. Let them take their talent into their own hands. Yeah? I swear to God, system needs to become decentralized. Yeah, I think that's what it is about. I think that's what it is about. The system of education needs to become decentralized, and it starts with you, and the moves that you make as an independent parent. When you start pulling your children out of these super public schools and all this stuff, and taking it into your own hands, homeschooling them, and changing your situation around so that you can do that. You know, it's like, oh, well, I can't because I'm working here. Dude, come on now, you can find your way. You got to find your way. Some of you, this is about your mission. Your children is part of your star seed pact. You know, yeah. You're meant to, like, carve a path with your children that's very rare and unique, and you could be a trailblazer in that. You know, yeah. So. This is what it's coming down to. I'm hearing we need to stop comparing ourselves in this generalized way, because nobody is the same. No two people are the same. That's a line of thought that feeds the industrial mind. Okay, and we're not here living in those ages anymore. We're living here to innovate, also to literally help Earth ascend. And we're not the people helping Earth ascend are not the ones who are just learning by the textbook from what the people before them have done. Okay, that's about the ancient patriarch. You have to do what I did in my shoes, like that bullshit. Okay, nobody's gonna change Earth like that. Okay, and that's a true fact, and that's why these people are also depressed. People who do everything perfect for society, their parents, and then they get that job, and they're living this, like, high life, and then they're empty inside because they know they're not contributing to this Earth in the way that genuinely will change it. Yeah, so many of these people, they sold their creative talent to these. They lost themselves in the companies that they work for / the school. So don't sell your children's soul to the education system, basically, is what I think Spirit is saying. If you're that early in the game, you know. Oh my God, I see a shooting star. So yeah, Spirit says that you may be feeling like you need to also maybe move and move to a place where you can do what you need to do, like in terms of the education system. Maybe some countries or places, maybe some cities are different with education. I think that it really couldn't hurt though to look into this more. Maybe some of you, I feel you're just like just starting to, maybe even had a dream, Spirit's giving you downloads about what. Yeah, I rebuke it. They're trying to get they're trying to get you thinking about this more. Some of you are worried about your children as well in school, which is perfectly understandable. I'm seeing a white candle. Yeah. Oh, yeah. For so many reasons. Heck, children, even myself. It's like, man, I gotta get out of the US, it's like getting down to that. I mean, it's like from the food thing to, it's like the things that they allow that are not like illegal in the US that are completely illegal in the EU, for instance, or Canada. It's like kind of freaky. So, but there's always a reason why you are like where you are in terms of your star seed path. So don't feel like you need to run away. If you feel you need to like escape, then that's probably not like when you should be making that life change. Spirit says that some of you are meant to carve your way out of the system, but you need to be strategic about how you do it, because it's part of how you're not meant to just escape the system. And this kind of makes me think of when I was doing my lightwork journey way early on, and I was like at this sort of like head in my path, and I was thinking about where to settle into in terms of the grid. And I was like, well, I guess technically, I mean, I could go to Bali. It's like Bali's like very high vibe, supposedly. But something about that just didn't feel right. It's like, and the thing about light workers, you're going to be stationed like where you are. Many of you, your children are light workers. And you could be starting to think ahead, like, where do I want my children, like, to carry out their crafts? You could be getting some down. This is general video. But yeah, that just occurred to me because, I mean, that makes sense. A lot of you are very, very, like, enlightened. So I'm sure you're very awakened. And you would think that, yeah, you would have a thought when it comes to your children as to their spiritual journey and how they can live their spirituality out. And that can be religious as well. For instance, like, yeah, so astrology and these things. But yeah, so I think COVID made a lot of waves with that. Like when we had the quarantine, it pushed a lot of people to start becoming more independent with like everything, virtually everything. And then they were like, damn, I could do this on my own. Like, I don't want to go back to this or that. Or why should I go back to the gym? Like, why should I go back here? Why should I go back there? I could do it at home. I could do this. And the rhythm, yeah, this is, I think, the vibe of what is the point. Getting back into like, I can do it myself, I don't need this company. It's like we have to deprogram. gonna wake up. But yeah, I was saying that like I decided at the beginning of my starseed journey, like to settle into a more challenging part of the grid, because sometimes like we need to work certain contracts out with planet Earth, and we need to help other people find their way out too. Like, I'm hearing something about Roy Robinson. Yeah, so don't feel weird, or like, oh my God, like spiritual FOMO, like, should I be somewhere else? Actually, no, like, if you're where you're at, like, you're meant to like move, because the migration, it's where you're meant to be. That's what it says. But when you're gonna know when it's taught, like when spirit wants your ass out of somewhere, like they're gonna make it clear to you. I feel, at least. Again, this is a short video, but yeah, something about the programs, even as countries, like the program of the US, like it's like one big school, it's like these things, if something doesn't make sense to you, I think you need to stand up for that personally. If you don't like how, for instance, think about what you don't want to see in the world and just boycott the systems that fuel that. So it's like, for instance, I think that I don't just like organic stuff. It's like, I think that anything that is made with pesticides just shouldn't exist. Okay, so totally you need to boycott like inorganic stuff. Like, another example is these restaurants that most restaurants are not using organic stuff. And I don't know about you guys, but personally, I'm getting more and more and more and more turned off by giving my dollar to businesses like that. I'm hearing radio. Okay, it's like, and these middleman companies like Uber Eats. Heck, Uber. I don't want to give my money to these people. Why should I give my money to you? Why? Nah. And on top of that, the food is not organic either, and you're putting all this weird stuff in there, and then that's just one thing. Then you think about the energy side of it. And the thing is that these things are not profitable, right? They're trying to wedge themselves in to make a dollar. Everyone making a dollar on each other. So we got to go back to simplicity. At least that's me. I don't know. I'm having I'm having that awakening, It's like, okay, time to make my own food, make it the way I want it, take control back now, It's like, enough of that. Like, if you're trying to make the tastiest thing, learn how to make it yourself. Learn. We have the advent of the internet. Learn, make it yourself, do it yourself. Because these places that also want to monopolize, they don't want you to, they want you to be dependent on them for food and stuff. Maybe certain restaurants. It's like, well, if you're going to do that, then you better make it goddamn organic. You should care about the people who you're manipulating. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. I know this is extreme, but this is one of them astro chats, y'all. Spirit's like, nope, that's what's going on here. Nothing turns me off more than when I see like a high-end, even restaurant. It's like, bro, your shit's not organic? What's wrong with you? Yeah. It's all about money for them. They could afford it. Okay, and I know it's like, it's a sad thought. And organic is just one part of it, guys. Another part is the PFOAs. Teflon. Do we know what they're using in their kitchen back there? I'll give an example. I was watching fasting for a week. Sometimes Farrah has me fasting, so I was fasting for like a whole week, and I was so hungry at the end of that week, and I was like, the closest thing to eating is watching videos of food. I was watching this video of like, I use a YouTube video of this guy making Indian food. Who was like, he's this like he owns a restaurant or something in New York, and he's showing how he's making this like Kashmiri curry dish, and I was just like, oh my god, watching this curry swirling in the bowl. I was watching this like whatever, this breakdown of his, he was cooking it. Okay, yeah, he was showing it in the oven and whatever. But then I was seeing his bowls, the way he was using it, and he's like he's a famous chef, right, in New York City. And I would think sometimes, oh my god, really miss living in New York, man, because of course the food, you have access to all kinds of food. But like, and then I was watching this, and I was like, damn, if only I was in New York right now, I could like go there. And then I was like, as I was slowly watching more and more of his video, he's like a top chef in New York City. And I had just recently got into like investing in like kitchenware that's non-toxic, right? Throwing out all those plastic stuff that's leaching the PFOAs. I rebuke it, clear to the back. And then I'm like, wait a second, he's using like this plastic ass Tupperware. What? It was like shocking to me. And he's like, yeah, this is how we make this for like the people who come to our restaurant. I was like, wow. Oh wow. No, I don't want to eat there for sure, bro. I gotta have to just learn how you do it and do it myself, you know? So, um, personally, it's just not worth it anymore, like eating out. And then on top of that, you have to go out there and deal with these demons and stuff at the restaurant. Okay. It's just so many factors. So I think Spirit is saying, there's a reason we're weaning you off of certain energies, and we don't want you. Oh yeah, exactly. I just saw what you be. Yeah, they're not vetting their driver. Oh god, that's another thing with the Uber Eats. It's freaking like demonic, that company, bro. Personally, I started to feel this demonic energy off of Uber Eats. Like I didn't want to support them anymore suddenly, or Uber. Yeah. These drivers were crazy. These people were like weird. I was like, that's the interaction I want before I'm eating, which is should be a holy sacred experience. No, it got to the point where I was like loathing like ordering in, because it's like these people, some of them of course could be nice, but some of them, yeah, it's not a good vibe. So I think the point is just cutting out the middleman, where you get one-on-one with yourself in as many ways as you possibly can. Of course, there are times where we want, like a nice service done or this or that, but I think they need to feel the heat turned up on them. Like, okay, what kind of service are you really providing, and how good is the service really? But also, yeah, these restaurants and stuff, it's like they need to wake up and stuff. Like if you're going to be running a restaurant business, you need to make sure your food's not only tasty but also healthy. Okay, it's a public safety concern. It's a public, you have to care about people. It's like, okay, going to become illegal pretty soon. One day, watch, it's going to become illegal. It's going to become illegal to use inorganic foods. It's going to become illegal to, it's like poison. Just because you're slowly poisoning somebody doesn't mean you're not poisoning them. Yeah. And pregnant women eating out and stuff, and eating from these places. God forbid, getting these PFOAs leached into and then you're wondering why the children have all these issues. They're born with this and that. Or infertile, if you could even have children. Like if you could conceive. I'm here in road art. So yeah, same thing with the water systems, same thing. I'm hearing about fire hazard. I don't know what that's about. Something going on though with like we have to get serious about that, but the way that we do that is like demanding it not with words, not like, I told you I really don't like it when you do that. That's not what we do with these businesses taking advantage. We have to stop eating there. We have to stop giving our money to those companies. We have to stop, just as you would handle a cheater. If someone cheat on you, you have to leave their ass, period. That's how you boycott the entity of cheating. You don't want to see cheating in this world, stop treating cheaters like they're the commodity of life. Okay, they're the jester. Go find the king. You know what I'm saying? It's the same damn thing. We have to do the same thing to these businesses and corporations. Don't settle. Personally, it's like, I don't care how tasty that snack is. I'm not going to eat it ever again, even if I was at a certain point eating it all the time. When I see, if I realize it's not organic and you're not willing to click it, like, okay, it's GMO. We have to be careful these days as well with the marketing and stuff, because some of the marketing on the packaging, they make it look like it's the organic symbol, but they show it, and that shit should be illegal too, because it's very misleading. The organic symbol where it's like a half circle? I've started to see, like, they made it look like on some of these packages, you would think twice, flash quick look at it, and you'd think, oh, okay, organic. Nope. And you go and you look, it's like, it's not organic. Yeah. So you got to be careful with that as well. That's a big red flag to me. When a company is doing that, I get totally turned off. Totally turned off. Like, ew, why? You know what you're doing. You're trying to fake people into buying something that is fucking pure evil. Okay? Yeah. Pure evil, bro. Anybody can walk into a supermarket, eat anything. Pregnant woman can go into Whole Foods and buy absolutely, pretty much, I mean, yeah. But, I mean, I think that there should be way more restrictions. There should be signs and stuff. I guess maybe, no, there aren't signs. There aren't signs as far as I've seen. Like, if you are pregnant or breastfeeding, like, they should have a sign, like the way they have it on the fucking cigarette packets, right? They should put all those scary things on anything. Anything that's not good for you, because like I said, just because it's slow poison doesn't mean it's not poison. It's still poison. And they're not regulating. No one's regulating how much of something you're eating. Hello? This pregnant woman can go and get, I'm hearing something about rice. I'm hearing Luda. These people can literally, the pregnant woman, she can go, and there's no formal education system on this. You think that they're teaching about this stuff? These are the companies. These are the people who graduated from these companies with the trauma, who built the system and fulfill it. They're fulfilling the system, bro. Yeah, it's the same system. That's what we have to wake up to, that these companies are all holding hands together. These pharmaceutical companies, all these things, all this, it's all similar. And this is a general video for entertainment purpose only. So yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, the pregnant woman, she can go and she could buy like inorganic cold pressed juices, which is dangerous, they say. I've heard. Because what you're doing is cold pressed juicing, and you're extracting it into a very concentrated liquid, and that will be very easily absorbed by your bloodstream. And if you've got inorganic carrots in there, for instance, you're going to have the glyphosate and whatever pesticides straight in the juice, and you're going to drink pesticides, and that's going to go into your bloodstream. And think about it, what's your bloodstream for? Your bloodstream delivers the nutrients to the baby. Okay, so this is really sad. And it's like you're poisoning yourself, you're poisoning your children by just not questioning what you're eating. And these companies need to be outed. They need to have a demand, and they need to have a time, deadline by which they need to suddenly organic the fuck up, or you're going to be fined and you're going to be closed shop and you should go to jail, because you're poisoning people. Just because it's slow doesn't mean that it's not poison. Because what happens over time, the body accumulates toxins and your organs start to shut down. They stop working the way they should. And then they go, oh, you're just old. No, you're not just old. Your detox pathways are clogged the fuck up because you are not questioning how you're living, because you're putting too much trust into these businesses and companies and corporations that are selling you what is going into your food. Your food. Why the same company that owns a motor vehicle should own how you're making and earning your food? You want that person cooking for you? That's what it's basically like. Listen, I rebuke it. Makes me think of how companies getting bought out left and right. Flow water. Oh God, don't even get me started. When I heard they got bought out by Nestle, was it Nestle? Nestle bought out Flow water. Yeah, totally changed the company. As far as I saw personally, that's my personal opinion. I don't want to support them anymore. And then they changed the source of where the water was coming from and didn't notify nobody. Until suddenly people were like, it's kind of different. This water tastes different now. Yeah, it used to be coming from Shenandoah Valley in Virginia. And then all of a sudden, they slowly, quietly changed everything. Didn't say a single little word. No peep coming out from it. It was a fan. But you know who's really to fire is the fucking family who sold the business. Why did you sell that to these greedy whores? They sold this amazing water supply off to this So sad. How do you sleep at night? That's what I wonder. That's the real thought. And then, these cafes and coffee shops like Blue Bottle, now owned by Nestle. So we think, bougie, and it's cost $10, and it's not even organic, guys. It's like the milk is not even organic at Blue Bottle. You're paying for poison, and I'm gonna say it again. Just because it's you can have it once, you can have it twice. They don't regulate how much you have of it. Do you think they're doing studies? You think they're investing in studies for long-term impacts and effects? You think that that's really where their head is at? Yeah, no. They know that you're probably going to develop some health disease, and at that point it's really hard to pinpoint because it's so proliferated in the system, these PFOAs and all these toxins, that you can't even pinpoint one company to sue. It's like your whole lifestyle, because it's that company that's filtered through all the companies. Versus if it's just one company and it starts to really get regulated, then it's gonna be very easy to tell. Like, you were eating you were eating those Wendy chicken McFried nuggets. That's the only company left that's doing inorganic, so that's how you got the cancer. It's like, that's the vibes. That's what it needs to become. It needs to become a real blatant, obvious thing, and it will in due time. So before it does, you need to get smart, and you need to be your own doctor as well to a certain extent. Ask questions, question your doctor, get advice from multiple doctors, go to naturopaths. This is a general video for entrepreneurs only. I'm gonna say that again. Talk to your naturopath before making any lifestyle decisions. However, before making any decisions with your health, etc. But yeah, they want you to think, it's just symptoms of this and that. You have anxiety. Yeah. Very common issue. Yeah, it's common because you need to go back to the Industrial Revolution, what happened there. People not living and eating the way that they were programmed to in a human form. Humans are not meant to be living the lifestyle in the Industrial Revolution. They're meant to be living in nature. And in nature, we don't have half the things that we've got right now. So we have to wake up and just realize, stop putting the power into these companies, these big corporations. With all that money, you'd think that they would invest in making sure that shit's safe for you. We'd think, that's the error in the thinking. It's a big company, I'm sure. Like, no, there's no I'm sure. Like, they're not looking, they don't care about you. Hello? It's a company. It's not family. It's not your family. Even your family cannot trust. You're going to trust a whole company making money off you? Hello, dumb. Wake up. I'm sorry. I'm going to just say it. You're going to be, you are dumb if you're not questioning the system in this day and age. And you will, and maybe that's the point of it. Maybe they're slowly trying to kill people off who are stupid, who cannot wake up and think and click it. But much of it is education. Okay, I understand. I understand that's maybe controversial. Much of it is education. Okay. But it's not really, and it's because much of this is within you. Spirit will whisper in your ear as well. Will tell you, hey, get off of that. Stop vaping. Stop eating those Wendy chicken McNuggets. They're going to give you the tips. You need to listen, though. Listen to your intuition. Change a pattern. Even if everybody in your family's eating that crap, okay? Even if everybody, remember those days with the aerosol hairspray, and everyone was doing it, and now it's like outlawed or whatever. That thing that they realize is killing the ozone or whatever, and you're not, it's illegal to produce that. So many cases of this. So nobody's an authority, and if someone claims they are, well, then that person must be up to something fishy. That's what I do here at this stage in the game. You're an authority and the world is running like this. We need somebody else in authority. Okay. Yeah. If you were an authority, then I would have expected that by now you would have put, a fucking cancer warning on anything with a glyphosate in there. Okay. That's what I'm hearing. And it should be illegal for the pregnant women to buy anything with glyphosate. That's what it really needs to become. Why are we not at that point? That's the real question with this authority. With all the money, they're the big company with all the money. So then, they should, but that's a whole political conversation. Is a political thing and all that. So it's about education, though, partly as well. And people are not educated because it's the norm. But the issue is that it's so common that it's hard to pinpoint. And people, you got this because of that, came from this, came from technology. And so It's kind of right where they want it. They don't want it to be able to be known. Oh, it came from those cold pressed juices you were drinking, like, or it was coming from the chicken for McFried nuggets, or it's coming from the radiation from this or that. So this is where I'm saying, like, you need to zoom out and back up from how everything is running right now. It's like a train that's gonna go down. Get off the train and figure out, like, metaphorically speaking, what you feel is right for you to do. And some of you may need to move countries. You feel that you need to move countries because this country is not taking your health. It's not of concern to them. Okay, different countries run in different ways. Like, I think the US, right, they make money off of your illness. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is that true? Is it true, just point blank, that the US, the way that the government is run, or however it's run, these healthcare industry, they make money, right? Like when we pop a pill, right? Just yes or no. So it's different in different countries. Your doctors get paid when you pop in a pill. In the US, it's different. Know how the system is run, take it back into your own hands, start to enlighten yourself. Not only enlighten, but educate. See how it's done in other countries. Okay, I'm hearing, Swedish. You need to maybe go to another country. Some of you feeling, I need to go to another country. I'm gonna boycott the US. That's what I'm hearing. Until you get your shit right. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing Atlantis. So, yeah. All of this stuff is sideways. And at a certain point, we can't, like, point fingers. We just have to save ourselves. We just have to, like, maybe at a certain point, leave and save ourselves, Otherwise, like, like we said, again, it's like you're just staying with a cheater. Like, he's fully cheating, she's cheating, whatever, they cheating. Why are you staying with them? It's the same thought principle. You have to have this, institution of self, and you have to erect yourself and leave, even if it's hard. Like, recently I just had to purge and detox from all these, like, snacks, like, I don't know, I didn't even realize this thing wasn't organic. Y'all, I didn't realize these little, like, it's like the healthy version of Cheetos from Whole Foods, and you're thinking, I'm just, like, eating this and that. You think that, like, this company would, what Spirit did, it was crazy, because the last time I ordered it, I knew I wanted to start getting off of it anyways. Like, I knew there was going to be a soul contract involved in, like, whatever that was, but like a spiritual side of it, like a lesson, we'll say, a contract. But what Spirit did, a spiritual contract, because you could have spiritual contracts with foods as well. But they, like, put the wrong bag in the grocery thing. So I got bagged the wrong item. I got this Whole Foods off brand. It was Whole Foods brand, but it wasn't the brand of the one that I wanted. They put it in the wrong bag. And I ended up getting this. I was like, when I went home, I'm like, what the hell is this? Wait, what? I didn't get that. It was like, because I never buy that in organic, even the Whole Foods brand stuff, because it's like, ew, why Whole Foods, why are you selling stuff that's inorganic, but basically, like, it's like, ew, I'm not buying that cheap ass stuff. And they charged me for the more expensive one, which was like $5. But what happened was, Spirit wanted me to see what they wanted me to really see what it was, like, what it really was. And I was like, okay, this is a message. So I was like, this is inorganic. And Spirit's like, this is basically what it is. And they're charging you way more, and it's not organic. It's not organic. Yeah, it's not organic corn. And that's a whole nother thing, like, gluten-free. Gluten-free doesn't mean that these companies are not evil. Sometimes even worse, they're putting all this, like, really bad stuff in there, like really bad oils or low quality cornmeal, or, and I totally want to stop supporting those businesses, especially you're making something so cheap and addictive like those Cheetos. You know, she's doing it just for profit. Mm-hmm. You're doing it just for profit. Like, you're probably selling a lot of those. You know what I'm saying? You're selling a lot. That's cheap as shit, that corn. You could afford, come on now. You could afford to make it organic. And I think, like, the issue at a certain point is, you know, what is really organic? Because you could even have the label organic and it's not. So, yeah, I think we got to go to those days where we start making our own food. You want something, you got to make it yourself, you know? And there's beauty in that. And there's a full circle moment like with that, you know, where you thought the whole time it's about like getting someone else to make it for you just the way you want it. It's like, no, if you really want it the way you want it, you should do it yourself, you know? And in some ways, like, that's a blessing, like, because some parts of me, I'm like, man, it's like, I wish I lived many, many times, you know, I'll go back to this, oh man, I wish I lived in New York, because like you have access to everything and stuff. But then, yeah, I remember when I was living in New York, that's when I got leaky gut, because you're eating out at all these places, and just because it's tasty doesn't mean it's healthy. Mm-hmm. Right? What kind of oils they're using and all this stuff. So, yeah, I remember I got this leaky gut. I was eating some of this food truck food. So they get you hyped up on the whole lifestyle, like living fast, eating fat, eating whatever you want, wherever you want, whatever. And so all this hyper access to everything is a lot of the issue, and it's really hard. Like, who the hell in New York is gonna really want to like use making your own food and stuff? Are you kidding? When you have access to all that stuff, so yeah, part of that is a blessing, I'd say. Part of that is about it's partly like the point. Like, you need to kind of see the beauty in like being more in touch with like what you put in your body, you know, and the less hands you have in the middle there, yeah, the better. So, yeah, I started to actually make a lot more of my own food, and rethinking these consumer decisions. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the energy levels thing, right, Alexis, yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you're feeling lethargic and stuff and low energy and mm-hmm. So a lot of these frozen meals, you know, they're not organic either, and then you have the packaging with PFOAs. You just got to go straight. Like, I think we need to have our own little farm, like a mini farm and stuff. Yeah, we got to like have our own little home farm, and you make your own stuff somehow. I mean, I don't know how that would be on a practical scale. Like, I mean, you can't have like micro cows, or but you, I mean, you can't, the thought of that, I don't know, but like something the size of a chia plant. I know, like, I do want to get back to the cooking reads, yeah, because I am like actually getting back into the cooking and stuff. So yes. And then of course, like, your pets and stuff, you know, they're no different than you in that sense. Dog food is even less regulated than human food, and so you just can't even imagine what's going on there. Your dogs really should be eating more or less like kind of, and this is not like a doctor's advice, but Henry cakes. Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. Oh my god. Yeah, that was courtesy of Jade. Me and Jade on the Ireland timeline, we were making those cakes. Oh my god. Oh, that was I rebuke it. That was crazy. That was really fun. That was literally like a week before I said I had no idea why suddenly like we were making all these cakes, and it ended up like being like something I had for like the whole week of my birthday. There was so much of it that it lasted until my birthday, and I was like, oh, that's really sweet. So Jade like made like, it was his way of like making cakes or whatever. Y'all remember that? Jade was like up with us all night baking. So yeah, and I got the pizza thing down, by the way, guys. Like I ended up, there was a period of time where I was making like lots and lots of pizzas, and it was really good. It was really tasty, but I wasn't feeling good energy levels, and it was because of the gluten. So I started to go out. I ditched gluten, not doing gluten anymore. It blocks your chakras. Yeah, it creates a lot of stagnation. In your third eye. So I stopped doing gluten stuff. Going back to that, there's a period of time where I didn't do like any carbohydrates. Like, well, not any carbohydrates. I wasn't doing any like anything refined, period. And that's how I actually healed like my leaky gut after I was in New York. So yeah, I didn't eat anything processed for like 2-3 years, and I was feeling amazing. So yeah, we're getting back to that, and yeah, guys, what about you? Like, where do you guys live at? Do you feel you have like good resources to foods and stuff? And like, what point are you at on your journey as far as that goes? I'm hearing something about Australia. Yeah, gluten is really problematic. Gluten was giving me this like anxiousness. It's like your body knows like this is not what it needs to be eating. Like this is not, I don't, general video, talk to a practitioner, but yeah, personally I don't, my body doesn't really do well with grains and stuff. Too many carbohydrates and not enough. Yeah, you need to eat stuff that's like alive and hasn't been touched and tampered with and processed, because also a lot of the PFOAs, guess what? Y'all, did you know that they found PFOAs in milk? And then you're like, what? In a glass of milk. In a glass bottle. Not coming from the bottle itself. You're thinking, where is that coming from? It's the process, the handling process. Olive oil, they found PFOAs in olive oil. Yep. So it's like, the less it's processed, the better. You know, same with dog food. Don't be giving your dogs this hyper-processed food and stuff, you know, this kibble shit. But that, I mean, it's up to you, you know. But, yeah, that's a problem when these companies own the same company that's making the food, owning the, oh, he has a problem now, he needs this pill. Same company. Same company, bro. Yes, electric, right. Foods that feed your chakras, not your brain or your cortex, your taste cortex, where it's like, oh, that tastes good, yeah. It's like, but then you're not getting energy from it. It's robbing you. It's a narc food. The food is narcissistic. And then you're wondering, you're in a narcissistic empath dynamic with your fucking food. And, I mean, of course, goes for anything addictive, highly addictive substances, drugs and stuff. It's karmic. That's why the guys on this channel are very serious about, they talk a lot about that on this channel, how you need to definitely tackle that. Because when you are addicted to certain things, right, like it's not just the addiction for you in your own life, in your own vessel, in your own chakra system, your own, however it is. It's also about the company that you're like supporting, because your addiction is supporting that company. If every person with an addiction suddenly stopped their addiction and stopped paying that company, the company would collapse, right? So you're appropriating that company by not getting serious about clearing your addiction, and it is karmic. So Spirit says, you know, if you really want to elevate your life, you need to get serious about anything that's addictive. These companies, these entities of addiction, it's an entity, and it's meant to be hard to release, because it could be a debt owed from you in a past life. That's for some, you know, and you have to clear it. You have to clear that. So wishing light to anyone with that, you got to clear that if you want to ascend into lighter energies, of course. It's always a general video, many different factors. I'm hearing some about Hawaii. Up in the crown, in the heart chakra. Oh, keeps lucky to live in Hawaii on my partner's family's land. Oh, wow. Still I eat, I'm hearing about almond. Still I eat like a stone teenager. This message is hitting. Yeah, and I mean, the thing is, like, your body, it'll go, I feel like it goes through these phases where you're really like suddenly craving, and you really see, and you're really lucid, and you recognize like foods that are good and foods that are good, like similar to people when you go through phases in life and you're like, oh my God, that person was so toxic, how did I not realize it? I was just hanging out with them every day. Same thing with foods, you know, it's like, oh my God, like you wake up and you suddenly stop, you lose the craving for that food or whatever that's like hella toxic. It's very similar, you know, and sometimes you have to go through a purging, like an illness or something, and then your diet revamps up, you know. So yeah, like you could even have access to certain things, you know, like you going into Whole Foods, access all the organic stuff, but then you're buying chips and you're just buying chips. Like you can fully go into Whole Foods and still be unhealthy, like with what you buy. So if you're not craving like foods that are like Alexis, was it Alexis who said EQ, electric, you know, like living, pulsing foods in their whole state, right? Like whole foods, their whole state, a whole cabbage, a whole badge of cabbage, a whole potato in its original form. If you want potato chips, make it yourself. Believe it or not, you can make it yourself. It's not that hard. You don't have to go out and pay this company to do all this stuff and poison you. You don't have to do all that. Spirit's saying there is another path. There is another way. You got this illusion like, oh my God, I have all these addictions. I have to pay for these potato chips every month. And no, you don't. You can make it yourself. You don't have to go pay $5 for that. Okay, yeah. So this is something that we take for granted, you know. We just kind of accept where these companies fall into our life. But again, part of it is this whole, I'm too busy to like be in charge of my own life. That's the bullshit of the Matrix. Like they want you in that crazy 9 to 5 where you're so stressed out that your vibe and your chakras are not, you're in survival mode. Even if you're making millions, you're in survival mode. Your body is in survival mode. Your body is not receptive to what it really needs anymore. It's like, so you're good looking for these fatty, sugary, you know, foods that are going to make you in the exact moment, fight or flight, feel more secure. But that's not what you really need to fuel your chakras, to feed your third eye. You know, certain foods go to certain parts of your body. So that's the issue a little bit, you know, also with these, I'm hearing degenerative diseases. It's actually just imbalances in your chakras when you're not waking up from certain, like you're overdoing it. You're overdoing this and that, and you're not nourishing. You're not actually, I'm seeing like hot spots in the aura, like big swirling circles of certain like really bright colors. Like this is not normal. You're eating too much of that thing. It could be anything. And you're depraving other parts of yourself. I'm seeing something about ice cream swirls on an ice cream cone. You just, oh shit, I don't know what I clicked. I'm hearing something about sister. You're just doing like what feels right to you in the moment, like over and over. So yeah, we need to go back into the slow down energy. Slow down, feel it out, feel what you're eating, feel how it feels to eat that. Don't just eat with your brain like, oh, okay, my brain is registering this is tasty, because that's how the companies like design their foods, is just to like click with your brain. Okay, like a fake relationship, you know, like, hey, I look good on the outside, like we're besties. That's not what it needs to be when it comes to your food, and it's really no different. You can think it's crazy, this analogy, but this is what it is. This is what it is. And if you're eating like shitty, you're going to be attracting shitty people to you, because it's the energy frequency you're riding on. Okay, yeah, period. So sometimes though you have to go through periods of life because it could be part of your awakening. Like you may inherit certain even diseases at certain points in time in your bloodline, because you need to help find a cure to that in your own way. Some of you need to go hearing like on a juicing fast. Some of you have really been like really living an unhealthy corporate, like, dietary lifestyle. And I think many of you may know it. Some of you may know it. And then you're wondering why you're not feeling creative and stuff, because it's like your body's like, we're not feeding our creative zones. We're feeding our brain. We're feeding our ego, as well, whatever it is. So we want to also eat well. That also helps the collective. So when you feel good about what you're eating, that's a vibrational pulse, and that it impacts. It makes changes. It makes waves. It shows in your aura. It's a radiation, It's a vibe. I'm hearing something about lumbar. Yeah. Confusing. And also, just eating too much. And eating all the time. That's an illusion that we need to be eating all the time. That's the thing when you have these cravings. That's an indication your system is out of balance. It's like depending on something that's actually phantom. When you're really when you're really nourished, you're not going to have these cravings and stuff. When you're properly nourished, you don't have cravings. Have you guys noticed where, like, sometimes you have cravings and sometimes you don't? And when you don't have cravings, you're like, oh, that's weird. I can't even imagine having cravings. Like, I don't know why I was craving that. Yeah, it's because you're not properly nourished. Your body is imbalanced. And many of these so-called tasty foods or like snacky foods, they just feed you in the moment to make you feel that you're nourished, but then you need it again. That's not nourishment. Like, that's not true love. Yeah? You don't need to hear it a million times if you know it, right? If someone tells you, hey, I love you, it's like once and it's real and it's true. Let's get real, you didn't even need them to tell you that because you felt it, you knew it. But if they don't really love you and you feel insecure, it's like they have to tell you a million times that they with these foods. It's the same thing with the food. So why do I have to eat a million of these food? It's like you start having a disrespectful relationship going on there. And I started to I'm telling you, like, I was eating these little Cheeto things, these healthy Cheeto things from Whole Foods, so-called healthy. And then when Spirit showed me, like, this is not organic, by the way. Yeah. Then I started to, like, this is really, yeah. And then you're like, damn, and it's like, I gotta eat a million of you? Nah, I'm out of here. You know what I mean? It's a vibe, and it does matter. So people who live like this, who have consciousness when it comes to how they consume, you're gonna live very differently than people in the Matrix. And then they wonder why you look happy, and they don't know what's going on with them. They're so unhappy. It's like, well, your relationship to the things around you, they don't realize that they have cord attachments to things, and that how they consume determines how they live. Input is output. But see, then that's the other issue as well, because, like, think about education again, right? Like, some of these kids, they may not have proper nutrition. And I'm not talking about nutrition so their brain works. I'm talking about nutrition for their chakras, like their third eye. You know what I'm saying? Like, if these children who were not performing well in the test and all that, what if high for a second? Yeah, we took the calculator away for, so let's just put the calculator to the side. Thank you so much for mentioning that. Yeah, I don't know where it cut. We were saying that Johnny, someone didn't want that out. Where did it cut? Thank you for mentioning that, Kyria, something like that. However you pronounce. Oh. Basically, we were saying that, like. Oh, Kyra. Okay. Thank you, Kyra. Cheetos. Oh, seriously? It was cut that long? Oh my god. Cheetos. I was talking about how, yeah, I lost respect for the Cheeto company because it's like you gotta eat a million of them. Did it cut at the part about like love? Did you guys hear about the Johnny thing? Oh god, seriously? Okay, so it was talking about, well, okay, I think I was talking about the Cheeto thing. Did you guys get the analogy with the I love you? Okay, so you did get that, right? Like, why do you have to say it a million times? I love you if it's real. Why should you eat a million of these Cheetos? It's not nourishing you. Yeah, okay, cool. So then, right, yeah, okay, then I said, it cut right when we said, let's go back to the education thing for a second because it's about, yeah, so, for instance, Johnny can't concentrate in class. He's not so-called doing well in class, and now the teachers are calling him so-called stupid. This is what I'm hearing. No. Okay, we get to go back. What is Johnny's home life looking like? Okay, what is Johnny eating? We were saying that, gotta take the calculator away for a second. It's not about like just brains for brains and smarts for smarts. And of course everyone's body and interprets food differently, and but we should at least not be just kind of assuming that everyone is on the same scale here to scale. Like Johnny could be at home eating really like horrible foods. Like he could be eating like food scraps. Like he could be eating a lot of this gluten blocking his third eye, and he could be eating a lot of these additives, and it's giving him, and we were saying yeah, I guess we didn't hear any of this. We're saying that his parent, you're wondering why he's like depressed and not motivated at school, because his gut bacteria is out of balance and it's affecting his brain. So it's called the brain gut axis. Read about it. Yeah. Your gut bacteria, your gut, it affects your brain. So when they did like a fecal transplant, I think in some tests and stuff, they saw that the rats started behaving differently when they got the fecal transplant. So that, yeah, another example, the handwriting changed of children when they changed their diet. So it's like the brain is connected to the gut, and the gut is obviously what you're eating, what you're consuming, also your thoughts, your energy. It's bacteria's consciousness. We have a video on that on the channel. You can find that. It's called Bacteria's Consciousness. I think we put 5D in the title. So, it's time to take the pencil sharpener away. It's not about that. When someone is not doing well, necessarily in so-called class, it's not just about like smarts and brains. It's also about, maybe he doesn't have privilege. Like his family cannot afford organic foods, and they cannot afford this or that, and so then now it's like the education system wants to say he's stupid. It's like, no, bitch. What about these other families eating these square meals, all organic, and no, this is not a proper landscape. So education is not the priority, we were saying. Like, first we need to look at like the foundation, like Johnny's home life, and what kind of sleep is he getting? What quality of sleep? Why is he? Oh, he's not sleeping well. Why? And also, like, what foods is he eating? What does the gut bacteria look like? So I think Spirit's saying take the brain away. It's not about the brain. The brain is not the human, okay? It's not brain first. It's gut first. Fucking rebuke it. And it should not be a privilege to be healthy. That's another issue, big issue in this society. Organic, the issue is the stigma associated with it, and unfortunately become a political thing, like, oh, you're just one of those Berkey wearing. It's like, it's not about that. This is about organic should not be. I do disagree that it's appropriate that a biodynamic avocado would be $20. That should also be illegal, okay? Because then you're like creating the scale that it needs to stop becoming. It shouldn't be profit. The way the human mind is organized is like, you will profit. If you profit and you don't have morals, I'm seeing a capital J here, then I'm seeing a little seashell as well, then you are gonna, I see the Hebrew symbol on like a Parv food package, then you're gonna take advantage of the system. Food, things that are sacred, like food that you put in your body, these things should not be a point of profit. And that's why it should be taken out of the hands of companies and businesses and organizations, and even at some point restaurants. Yeah, I know it's controversial. And it should be put into your own hands. If you really want to eat like that, you find a way. Okay? If you really want to eat this or that, you find your way. And you make it work for you within your starseed terms, Spirit says. So, for example, I really like the way that restaurant cooks that dish and stuff, but I don't like even the business owner. I feel like he's reptilian. So, let's make it yourself. Get your ingredients organic and make it yourself. Take control back over, Some of you, this is about how you feed your children. Don't fill them up on this cheap-ass stuff, like more convenient, cheap stuff. And then you wonder why, parents don't have a connection anymore to their children, because nobody's cooking anymore together. Yeah, that's much of the way. Like, imagine back in the day when we didn't have like processed shit. It's an integrative experience within the family to like go hunting, to get the food, hunting and gathering, as the body was designed to do. Yeah, there's no such thing as like isolated workout, having to go get a $300 Equinox gym membership to work out and burn off your food that you're eating, which is way too high in caloric value because you're eating it every day. No, it's like your workout was you go hunting and gathering, getting your food. There's no such thing as like needing to like, it's all in balance. So, and then you're not eating all the time, and you're not needing to eat all the time. You're not hungry all the time because you're you're not craving stuff because you're not eating this crap that you don't need to. Because the truth is that some of these foods, they just drain you, actually. Like foods that are void of nutrients, processed foods actually pull minerals and vitamins and nutrients out of your body. So it's an illusion to think, oh yeah, like I'm eating it and it must have some nutrients. No, but if it's out of balance, do your research, talk to your naturopath. But this is something, certain foods will pull like vitamins, kind of like how what is it called? They say that reverse osmosis water, it actually pulls minerals out of your body, which is really bad. So they say that you don't really want to be, as I've heard, like be drinking that water because it's like stripped of all those bad things, like whatever, like supposedly fluoride and all that stuff, but it's doesn't have the chemical balance, or however, doesn't have the mineral balance. So when you drink it, it pulls minerals out of your body to balance it, chemistry-wise, chemically. Read up on that. And that's another thing, guys, the drinking water. PFOAs and drinking water. So, got to get a PFOA-free filter. Should not be drinking tap. It's like all this weird runoff from whatever people pouring down the drains and the toilets and all these toxins and from the chemicals and crap. It's like you're not eating those things, you're not taking those medications, you're not doing that crap, and then they pouring it into the toilet, down the sink and all this, and then it ends up in your water supply. And it's really hard to get it out. And a lot of bottled water even could have that stuff still in there. A lot of bottled water can still have PFO. They do have PFOAs. It's almost virtually impossible to find a bottled water that doesn't have PFOAs. So you need to find like a filter that filters out PFOAs. You could do some research, or a lot of companies now, some companies, select companies that create filters like that, that are pretty cheap. But these are the priorities, Spirit says, at least. Working within your means, to make it work for you at this point in time. Yeah, these runoffs. Remember that one read, guys? I'm here about anchovies. Remember that one read where, I rebuke it. They were pouring this like weird radioactive thing into the water stream, and they knew that it was going to be toxic. So, yes. Also, Spirit is saying, mushrooms can be really, I'm not talking about the psychedelic mushroom, I'm talking about mushrooms like, mushrooms, I'm hearing mushrooms have wisdom. So the foods you eat have consciousness, and the types of foods you eat, they contribute to different things. And I'm hearing that like mushrooms have wisdom. So that's interesting. Yeah. So some of you, like if you have maybe a thing going on with coffee, maybe look into mushrooms. They make like a mushroom blend, like as a coffee substitute. It's just coming through. Yeah, I've always been into health, because when I got that leaky gut when I was young, they were like, "Oh, go to the doctor." I'm like, "No." So I don't believe in like treating symptoms. Yeah, that just don't make no sense to me. Like, there's always going to be something beneath. You have to get to this core. And I'm not saying you should live like this necessarily, but like personally, like for instance, like if I have a cold or something, I want to feel exactly what's going on with my body. Like, like if you got something going on, it's like, I'm not gonna be taking no Tylenol. It's like, why are you silencing your symptoms? You want to know like what's going on. So-called pain is a teaching. So if you're in pain, like you need to understand that's your body talking to you, and it's also about repenting, I believe, and clearing frequencies. So when you have a cold, your body is activating. That's what I'm getting here from this. But this is a general video. Talk to your practitioner. And we're gonna say this. So yes, these mushrooms. So basically, when I was though like trying to fix leaky gut, because anyone else had leaky gut here? Like, the lining of your intestinal tract can become compromised based on the foods you eat, and basically, what happens with leaky gut is, okay, like the point is that when I had leaky gut, we'll just keep it like more succinct here. I'm here in driver. I was like, I'm gonna fix this, okay? So I just healed it by having a non-processed diet for like a few months to like a few years. And I kept the diet up because there was many other benefits. Like, there are many other benefits to it. And yeah, so I did a lot of research at that time. I became really obsessed with like learning about this stuff. I did want to, at some point, I did consider like naturopathy, but that's more of my past life. I feel like in this lifetime, to some degree, even though I would say that I am like an intuitive healer, like I do get downloads about health, but for obvious reasons, you know, in this day and age. I don't know. That's not right now what I'm. That's not that you gotta be careful in this society with that. But yeah, like I do get downloads. I do intuitively feel like even with strangers, like I could just feel like what was going on with their physical body. So I told you guys about that guy's book that I was reading, and yeah, it's like unfortunate, but I was reading he's an author. As I was reading his book, all of a sudden I started to feel like this guy is like, he's on the verge of getting cancer. It's like, I felt so weird for thinking that. No, I felt so crazy for thinking that, and I felt like, oh my God, that's weird. I felt guilty for having that thought. I was like, why would I fucking have that? Not guilty, but I was like, at that point, I wasn't really doing light work at that point in that sense of channeling. So I was like, that's crazy. I don't know why I had that thought. But yeah, I was worried for him as I was reading his book. And then years later, I heard that he just like passed away from cancer. So that was crazy. I'll have those hunches, yeah, about health. And of course, you know, some people, you know, you tell them, you give them heads up, and then I'll listen. And then you see them contracting different things and developing certain diseases and stuff. And it's really not disease, it's just a state of like imbalance in your body, I believe. And yeah, okay, people, oh, but yeah, you have certain like it runs in your family. Okay, but to think that you're powerless in that, in how you in the outcome of that is stupid. Like you can either activate certain things or deactivate, neutralize certain things. That's like saying, I'm just very angry, I have no control. It's like, oh, okay. So if everyone was like, oh, I have the capacity to get very angry. Okay, so yeah, you have no control. Okay. You know, that's like what it is like. So I mean, certain people can have certain predispositions. Some you know, but certain certain things can activate or deactivate certain conditions in your body, so-called your body. It's really about your cells and the consciousness of your cells and programming your cells to work for you the way you want your cells to work for you. And it all goes down to like spiritual warfare, basically. It's like it's just about governing your vessel, because when you're healthy and able, then and in balance, right, like energetically, karmically, not just having energy but feeling energy, you know what I mean, like feeling like you are in the flow. Because you could have a very heavy meal and, oh, I thought that was very nutritious, but then you're like blocked and you feel the stagnation. So feeling healthy for you to the point where you are flowing and you have a high vibration. Yeah, I think that's a point. So, but yeah, at a certain point in time, I was like, man, I really would love to like become a naturopath, because like purely from the chemical perspective, yeah, I feel like we need that, a lot more enlightenment about that in this world, especially in the US. Like, but there's just so much to it. Quite literally, I just didn't know where to start. I was like, well, there's Chinese therapy, there is Chinese medicine, and then you've got this other faction offshoot of, you know, there's so many ways. There's not just one way to like heal and treat something. You have different bodies and schools of medicine they can all be very viable in their own way. You've got not just health, but also like your mind, your psychology. You've got everything contributes. You've got your spiritual side, you know. So it's not just like one thing, and I had a lot of trouble pinpointing it to like one thing, like, oh, I'm gonna go study that, and then, you know, it's like many different contributing factors to how you can treat. I guess the closest thing would be like a functional practitioner, functional medicine practitioner. But still, you know, there's just so very much. Yep. to specialize in and isolate in. And then you've got Ayurvedic medicine, you've got acupuncture, yoga, you've got so many types of, so-called therapies. So, and then the minute that you kind of learn something, there's more to it, and you can learn more, and there's more. So I feel like it's hard to just become like one healer with one degree, at least in the degree sense. I mean, in terms of learning for myself, like I really, have really traveled quite a bit with that. I'm hearing Ron. Right? Yeah. And that's the other thing. The vitamin companies, got to be careful with that as well, because some of these companies, don't have strict regulation and stuff with how they produce their vitamins and stuff. So sometimes you think you're doing better, but yeah, that's something that I would be quite careful with. If you're going to invest in vitamins, I would invest in like really high quality vitamins, but also do your research, because it could be expensive, but they may not, have like the regulations that you are looking for specifically. So look for like what you're looking for. I'm curious about sterile. And of course, the less is better. Like the less processed. Like even vitamins, to a certain degree are processed. So if you can get that, this is the issue. We're try and go into a quick fix thing. Like we have to go into, I'm not saying like supplements are not good. Superfoods and supplements, these are great things generally, speaking, but I'm talking to people who are like, man, I just wish I could just like pop one pill and become healthy. That's not the point of this. Like you're going to have issues until you get back into like, karmically speaking, like loving yourself and wanting to love yourself and wanting to give more attention to your body than you do your boss. Okay. And that's really what it comes down to, because you're enslaved by this system, and that's why you're not healthy. It's not about anything but that. If you were to, you guys hear about that guy? Yeah, he had like cancer, and then he was like prepared to die, and he set out he's going to go to Greece and die there. And when he got to Greece, he left the US, his cancer went away when he started living on his farm. So yeah, excuse me. So yeah, that's the vibe. Like some of you see something, I think it's called Delhi, India. I'm seeing a structure, skyscraper. It's like curved, or what am I seeing? I don't know. I'm hearing somewhere in like Middle East. New Delhi, I think it is called. Anyways, maybe somebody is viewing from there. Or Dubai or something. I don't know what it is. I'm seeing this looks like a shark fin building. It's kind of curved. Pierceable Bangladesh. So yeah, it's about that, like getting back in touch with your body. We were saying like spending time with your children, cooking at home, back in the day, we were saying hunt and gather our food as a family. And then we would eat together. It was a process. It was like basically a religious experience. There was like a religiosity to it because it was sacred. It was appreciated because food was not promised as well. So when you did have it, okay, and you created it, so you had a lot more respect for it. And so it's like the society has created like food to become something that you don't respect or something. It's like something that, you could just eat on the street, like not think about it, which is wrong, also for so many reasons, because when you eat, your chakras are open. And so you should be careful who you eat around. You don't want to be eating around strangers and stuff. I see something about soup. So yes, and we were hunting and gathering, and we were, we weren't eating all the time. It wasn't all about food and stuff. You had a balance, you had a society, you had a group, you felt you had a mission, you had a point to life, and it was as a network in the tribe. And that's the core of a human design is you're in this tribe network, But the issue is with now reptilians, it's like now in the family, your family become evil, and it's like you gotta leave your family, and this is like kind of the vibe. So I understand, these things. And your family, your parents, issues when the parents are not there at home, and you have the kids eating these Lunchables, and the children are eating these dead foods, and you're just sitting there in the kitchen alone eating these foods, these processed foods, and it's like you're wondering why like there's no creative function going on. I'm hearing it as well like that. Like the relationship to the parents, it was really the relationship with the parents and the family, not just the food. The food was the, how do we say, the gateway, was the medium, the connector. So, but now it's like people have stigmatized and made negative, like, oh, we have to go and like figure out how to eat and food and this and that, and man, gotta go get food. I mean, why are we thinking like that? It's something sacred. Like, when you're about to feed your vessel, you're nourishing. It's a religious and holy experience, mind, body, soul, or at least it should be. But society makes it like, oh, don't think about much about what you're eating, because also it's profitable when you're not thinking. You're just eating. You're eating shit that's bad for you, that you go pop it. You're gonna develop some issues with, perhaps, maybe, general video for purpose only, down the line. You're gonna end up having some, man, now I got skin rashes, I got anxiety, now you gotta go to the doctors, the therapist trying to convince you got a mental issue. It's like, it's your fucking gut bacteria, bro. Shit really pisses me off. Like, but then I'm telling you, at a certain point I became very passionate about this many years ago, and I was like trying to help everyone that I could and like tell everybody, but I'm talking family and stuff, but it's like these people make fun of you, and then they ridicule you, and then they try to change you, and it's like they're trying to change, your life. It's like, whoa, back it up. Like, okay, you don't have to eat organic, you don't have to do this, but don't try and like fucking, talk me off something that's good, that's crazy. Psychos. These people are psychos. But they have the demon attached to them, and that's what it just comes down to, right? The demon that distracts them from like the vibration of love. Like, every time you go, I feel like I should be eating salads, and then it's like, no, like, don't you remember? It's like something like that. It's all vibration, because when you eat well, like, you self-love. It's like these people jealous that you like have self-love or something. For fucking real. It's gross. But yeah, it got to the point where I was very passionate about this, and then you want to save everyone and spread, but then you're like, you know what? No, fuck that. Screw that. Okay. And you're just going into your own energy, and you're just going to protect yourself. Because if you don't, and as some of you are at the tug of war moment with society versus like your own personal lifestyle, like you think maybe where you're growing up, everyone thinks you're weird. Like, heck, I remember people making so much fun of me for believing in organic. And I grew up in LA, Santa Monica, Venice, Palisades, these places. Hot spot for enlightenment when it comes to health and stuff, right? When it comes to progressive health. And I was made so much fun of. Many people, making fun of me. And then I came to see those people later in life get cancer and these things. And at this point, I'm like, you know what? I don't have nothing to say anymore. I don't have nothing to tell you. I really do not have anything to tell you, because, these people, I remember, even in my own family, I was, back in the day before I was even channeling, like, the way I am now, guys, I would have these feelings to just tell people, like, hey, I think you should, like, maybe go on a diet or do this or cleanse in this way. And they were making so much fun of me and stuff, and talking shit behind my back to other family members, making fun of me, trying to turn them on me and shit. Okay? Saying stupid bullshit like, oh, don't you think that's crazy that, like, we would get into a debate. She wants to debate why milk is not toxic in this day and age. Majority of milks produced are toxic. Okay, milk from the fucking farm animal back in the Hellenistic ages is very fucking different than milk from Walmart. You heard? Okay, and this bitch wants to fucking debate me. Okay, I remember this like clear as day. I'll never forget that day. I had a debate with her. I'm trying to just help her. Okay, dumb. She's literally has so many health issues, and she's complaining about all her fucking health issues. And this was like years ago. I was like younger, but I would always have this like intuitive feel about health and stuff. And I was like, well, maybe you should like try this. And she starts to turn on me like a whole villain. I swear to God. Okay, and she got like angry and stuff that I was saying like you shouldn't drink milk, this and that, for this and that reason, if you having this or that health issue. And I told her she should go on a bone broth diet, you should just broth up and do a detox. And she was like offended or some crap. I disagree. I think that we should. And then she went and started talking to other family members about me turning them on me. Don't you think that health is this is actually better? And I'm just like, wow. Then I just like just fucking left. I left the damn party. I'm like, you know what? Bye. This is some bullshit. Trying to get Gossip Girl over health, over your own health. It's about you. I know. I'm doing it for my. It's about fucking. I'm trying to help you. And then yeah, she gets cancer later. She got cancer. I don't feel nothing, I'm sorry. These people here, they don't listen. Sometimes maybe that's the thing that has to happen. They have to, there's no teaching anymore. You got to go through the disease. That's your karma. You got to go through the disease, and that's it. Anyway, and you're going to keep getting that disease until you stop seeing it as a victim of circumstance. I don't feel nothing for these people who, like, you're defiant, you think you got a huge ego, you believe you know. It's like these people who think, everything is the same, organic doesn't matter. For instance, like, milk is milk, sugar is sugar, and, they're buying stuff from Costco, and it's like, this shit is toxic, hello? It's like, but they believe, but back in the day, we used to do that. Back in the day is different than today. And then they got this huge ego. They think that you think you're better than them. Bro, I'm just telling you about your health. Calm down. These people are villainous, I swear. Oh, what do you mean? What do you mean, Alexis? Alexis says, I wish I could be honest of what I see. I'm curious about grandparents. It says, my experiences, but I can't. Sad face? Oh, they shut you out before you speak. Well, I think that, like, we have to detach from these people. And personally, I just lost so much respect. It went from caring so much and, and then they're like they want to send you pictures of like what they look like now. Help me, like, look what happened to me. I don't give a fuck. Okay, because you don't care. Why should I care about you if you don't care about you? Don't send me these pictures. I don't want to see nothing. I don't want to. You think I want to see what you fucking look like for denying yourself? I don't want to see that crap. That's like watching the news. I don't want to hear this crap. No, seriously. I want to. I stop. You got to detach from these people. These people who took blue pill, went down that path, and now they want to play like a victim, make everyone, yeah. It's like, you don't have self-love clearly. Okay? You know how some people, they're open and like they're so grateful. It's like, thank you so much for like bringing this to my attention. Like if you know about health, like personally, if I come across someone who, I don't get ego about it, it's like, calm down. What the hell? That's a saving grace. Like, what a blessing. But no, these people, it's the devil that's attached to them. They want to frame you like looking some way. They wanted to send me up at the family events, like looking crazy for wanting to do organic, make you fun of me. Oh, and then I'll never forget. The same thing happened in Italy when I was in Italy. I started to feel so like gross after eating this pasta every day. And oh my God, I was living with this family, this guy I was dating. And like this person I was dating at the time, his family was like so, I mean, yes, like classic Italian, like close as fuck minded. Like when it came to this, it started to become a political fucking war at the dinner table. Like just because I said I want to have salad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I started to get rashes and stuff. I was having all this gluten, and I started to feel really gross. And I was like, hey, I said in a very respectful way. It was not rude at all. But that's how you know that it's about their ego. Their ego got really wounded and stuff because I didn't want to eat whatever they told me I needed to eat. So we started to, go our own ways. And it was just ridiculous. Like, I remember one time we were living with this family, and I was living with his family, right? So we were there for some time while in the between I was like studying abroad and stuff. And we would spend time together, and it was nice. And I mean, they were everything, that was the very telling moment. Like, there was no hostility, no resentment at all in any way, but it was just that moment. Like, I started to feel weird. I remember we went on some vacations, and I was like, I'm feeling sick. I think I told my boyfriend at the time, like, I don't want to be eating these foods anymore. I want to have some salad and stuff. Maybe I can make some salad, like, at the next meal. And it was this whole fucking thing, like, salad? It's like, oh my God, like, salad. It's like you're part of some, like, weird offshoot political group they can't associate with. It's like, are you okay? I'm just asking for salad. I even said I'm going to go and get it myself at the grocery store. She started giving me these weird looks and stuff in the grocery store. Like, there was this whole weird pivot moment, like, when I was going to get the salad from the salad station. It's like putting it in the cart, and there was this weird animosity, like a passive aggressiveness and crap. Lord. So anyways, at the dinner table, she started to try to debate me, like, girl, like, I told you how bruh, oh my God. She was like, so the Italian diet's like the most famous. I'm like, oh my God, like, that's so evil. If someone is throwing up, you're gonna try to talk them out of it. This making me feel gross, bro. This is making me feel like she doesn't want you to listen to your own body or something. Like, what's more important is her ego, how she feels about what she's cooking and what culture she represents. It's like, go to hell, bitch. I'm sorry, but for fucking real. Because she started to alienate me and talk crap behind my back at the family gatherings. Yeah. And the same thing when we would go on these vacations or whatever sometimes, and we would go to some, or I don't know, short trip travel to like a family friend's place, and we were having dinner in this long dinner table, and I'll never forget how hostile she was towards me. She started bringing up that same debate in front of these strangers. And I'm like, you trying to debate me right now? I was fully debating with her in Italian at that, but I was super fluent at that time. Like I said, it goes back full circle to the beginning of this read. We were talking about if we care, we really care, right? It's like, okay. Yeah. I'm hearing something about neoclassical. I'm not even gonna lie. I was fully fluent. It was Bed Bath Fluent and Beyond. So yeah, that was a crazy time, but I was like pretty much like, I think I was like basically living like, it was like an Italian, 100%. Living there, working there, everything. But then I just never forget that day. Like, I looked at her across the dinner table, like in front of this other person, and she was really trying to be a whole mean girl. This was his mother. Trying to be a whole mean girl in front of this stranger to me. I was like, wow, I just saw your evil side, No, I just saw your evil side. Like, if we have a conversation, why do you have to bring it up in front of a stranger? That's despicable. Yeah. And then after that, I started to get kind of turned off from his family, unfortunately. And it's like, you're willing to have beef with somebody over what they feel about themselves, no pun intended. Like, this is not personal to you, but if you want to take it personally, like, wow. And then after that, like, I left Italy because my program was done as well. And I was just getting turned off. I was like, you know what? I think I'm just going to go back and stuff. And of course, we would switch and stuff. And he would stay with us at our family in the U.S. But yeah, it was weird. I started to feel like I had to eat in private. Okay, I'm gonna go take my salad in the other room, like it's something illegal or something, Oh, God, freaking weird. Yeah, and then after that, went to New York, and that's where Um, yeah, like that's where I was dealing with that New York experience. So, yo, don't even mention Rome. Rome is so karmic for me, bro. I don't know what it is. Listen, I had dreams of my parents in Rome. I'm not even going to say it because I feel it just give away way too much controversial tea, but I'll tell you, I saw my parents different after that dream. Yeah. But then that's not even before I had that dream. I had the most karmic freaking experience in Rome. It was just like the worst. Like I felt I was in a simulated nightmare. It people have said that they feel the same about Rome. Yeah. I met this guy at the gym once, and we randomly started talking about that. He was like a devout Christian. He said that he had the very similar experience in Rome. He was like, yeah, I felt something really karmic in Rome when I went there. Like all this weird stuff was happening, and same thing with Greece. And I was like, that's crazy. I was supposed to go to Greece, but then I didn't. So-called supposed to. I was going to, and then I didn't. Ended up not. I was going to live in this little cave in Greece, actually. At the beginning of the channel, when I first started the channel, like back to the first part of this video, I was saying I was going to go to Bali, and then I was like, I feel like my guys want me somewhere else, like for the grid. And yeah, so we got spun out doing grid work in DC for a period of time. And it's insane. You never know where you lead to when and all that. But yeah, I was like gonna go to Greece and live on this little like in this cave and have like farm made cheeses and basically be like nomadic. And then it change paths, I guess. I'm just hearing that song. Wow, what's salad got to do with it? What's salad but a little bit of lettuce? It's like, bitch is more than lettuce, bitch. I got this bitch all up in my chakras. Like, me and salad are cool. It's like, I don't know. Don't let people talk you against the things you love as well. Like, don't feel uncool for salad. Does someone feeling uncool for their diet? Maybe it's a bigger stroke, like with a vaping or something. Or you're starting to feel like you want to get off wine or alcohol, but it's this weird stigma. Like, why is it political? It's your body. God. That's what proves to you it's not just food. It's like a cord attachment that people have to you because what you're feeling is not just the food, but detaching from all the fucking warlocks and people that connect to you through that food. You know what I'm saying? All your friends and stuff who are evil as well that you do that with or whatever, that you have these cord attachments with, and in the financial cord attachments as well. Yup. I swear to God, whoever it is, because like I said, when I really get into it, I get really into it. I get pretty much obsessed with it. And like places that I've boycotted, many of them, bro, like they just literally, when I step away, like partly I'm telling you, like sometimes I wonder, damn, if I stop going here, maybe they would collapse financially, because like, I mean, I kind of see I'm like the only one coming here like every day. And I'm telling you, something happens when I boycott these evil ass places, like this one Italian restaurant that was just evil, bro, but they had the best food, but they were evil. And this guy that was working there was making fun of me, evil-eyeing me, because I would sit there and he was sexist, and he was like, oh, how could you afford this, like, as a woman, like, he was making fun of me. Well, yeah, around when the check came and stuff, and his vibe, it was a vibe, I just felt him slighting me and like looking at me sideways, and he was speaking in Farsi, which I actually speak, and I know that language because, yeah, my family, part of my family was born there, but by lineage, yeah, they're Iranian, they're Persian, and he thought he didn't know I could understand what he was saying. He's talking all this shit about me, and I said, okay. I give him this little look. That place went up into flames, and the owner of it was incarcerated for money laundering. Shortly after, I said, all right, peace out, bitches. And the whole fucking business crumbled and is still in shambles. When you walk by that place, yeah, I'm sure you're laughing now. Crooks. You crook. Yeah, it's a Sicilian place, whatever. But it was the best food ever. Oh my god. It was a Sicilian place in America, meaning, okay, yeah, the food was Sicilian. Anyways, and same thing, I'll never forget it. Fucking, yeah, at a certain point, I had this whole issue with the customer service at Foxtrot, and I was just like, you guys are fully evil. Like, why are you acting like this? Like, their customer service started getting really weird. And then I noticed, like, their food isn't organic. And, it was such deceptive practices of marketing. Like, I thought that, like, a lot of these things, the way that they're marketing it. So it was like, you're eating this every day. And then you go and you look at the label, and it's like, ew, corn syrup in your artichoke dip. What the fuck? And it's like, I swear to God, I boycott them. I said, you know what? Go to hell. I had this whole tiff with the business was clearly like already crumbling. I mean, but that was just the cherry on top with their customer service. There was this like final moment, like this trance and dance in the chat box. I was like, you know what? Your company is going to hell. I was like, karma exists. Evil eye. Karma exists. And shortly thereafter, I'm telling you, I didn't step back foot into that place, even though I adored that place. Okay, that was when I was on the Chicago timeline. And, as you know, they came from Chicago. So, shortly after, they went into a lawsuit of $33 million. They all shut her down. So, starseeds, trust your hunch about what you feel intuitively when it comes as well to certain businesses and stuff. When you feel you need to pull your energy back and something not right with this company, yeah. Sometimes you come through just to pull back. Some of you I'm hearing it has to do with like vaping or drugs or something like that. This is a big problem, these vaping and stuff. All these chemicals and yeah, so yes, it is a lovely thing. I'm still waiting for some of these companies here. Still, these white. It's like so obviously like Freemason run, so obviously Freemason owned. How do we say white supremacist type of companies here need to go the fuck down. Need to tank. I just be waiting on these companies right here. Some of these companies. It's about time. We're just waiting on you. Okay, yeah. Some of these juice shops and shit. Literally, like they. Y'all are murderers. I'm going to tell you now. Just say it again one more time. Like, even though it's slow, poison's poison. And if you're going to open up a goddamn juice shop and you are going to promote it as a healthy place, you fucking better put your extra few bucks, okay, into making it organic. And, instead of going to the... because I see this owner, I saw the owner of this juice shop, multiple branches, bragging in the store about how they have all this funding and crap. And in the meantime, your juice is not organic. You're juicing carrots, which is on that list, of don't be juicing, especially if you cannot do organic, don't juice those. The skinless ones, yeah? How do you sleep at night? Like, you have pregnant women coming to get juices every day from you. How do you fucking sleep at night? And you should see this woman. She's walking around feeling so cool, owning this place. Okay, this white supremacist bitch. I swear to God, this energy gotta go. Okay, this energy gotta go. I'm just waiting on that. I swear to God. I was like, I'm talking to spirit like every day on her. I'm like, spirit went. They're like, don't worry now. Yeah. And you see her, you could just feel it. You just smell it. Like she don't really care. It's the ancient slave owner vibes. That's what it's giving. Yeah. In the meantime, she's making a buck off of everyone. Like, and it's really expensive. It's like, don't charge organic prices if it's not going to be organic. And you should have a big ass sign that says not organic, by the way. In the ingredients, you put carrots, celery, and glyphosate. Okay. Yeah. And then you should put that warning for pregnant women, and it should be mandated. And then I want to see you just spend how much in that, and you can't spend on to make it organic for the people that you're serving who are serving you. You deserve to drink that shit yourself. I swear to God. Okay, let your own poison take you out, dumb bitch. this white supremacist energy I'm hearing. Okay, that's what Spirit said specifically. They spelled it right out with her immediately on the immediate. Yeah, it's sound trouble. Maybe it's just too much tea. Maybe. Oh Lord. Yeah. It's like, okay, yeah, I hope you're drinking that shit. I hope you're drinking your own shit. Okay, yeah, that you're serving to other people. You know what I mean? It's like, I wonder, you guys have your own food? You eat your own food? It's like some of these people, they don't even eat at their own restaurants because they know how disgusting that shit is. Oh my God. That's so gross. Yeah. Yuck. She probably does drink that crap herself. Of course she does, because yeah, because that's her energy. Yeah, so let it get them. And that's what we're saying. If people, we don't have to go out warning everybody and all that, because you know what, if people let these people go. You know what I'm saying? Let them have this poison and just die. That's what I'm hearing. Let it happen. We gotta kill that frequency off of, like, you don't care? Okay, bye. You know what I'm saying? Like, why should I stand here like a whole target with picket signing for your health, for you? I mean, and then, you know what I'm saying? Bye. That's the vibe. I swear to God, she's so evil, that bitch. Swear to God, I would love to expose her. But yeah, that's the vibe. Many businesses like this, though. Many businesses like this. And you just gotta pull your dollar away. I was having like their food every day or whatever, you know. Yeah, I saw in the reviews though, a lot of people felt that way about her too. They're like, yeah, I don't know, something not right about this business. Yeah. Ew. Don't give her don't give your dollar to her. Don't give yourself to her. You know, yeah, make it yourself. Go home. Get a juicer at home, you know? Like, and that's where you think it's not fun and stuff. It is fun. You may think, oh, it's not fun to make it yourself. No, it is fun. Like, when you realize that it's your power back, you know, that you're not just getting your money back, because it's also you're saving money. You're also getting your power back. So isn't that exciting? If you don't find that exciting, then yeah, go drink that poison shit. I rebuke it in the same one. And same thing with your pets and stuff. You know, guys, like, don't feed them these, like, gross treats and stuff, and these milk bone treats. This has artificial flavorings and stuff in there. So, yeah, Spirit's like, we're just gotta overhaul it all, you know? Yep. You can make your pets meals yourself. Could be a Saturday. Fit it. If you care about it, you'll make time for it, right? You gotta peep and poop, right? So you make time for it. So you gotta make time for these things. You have to prove to the system that it does matter enough. Kind of like how, you know, we have things now as maternity leave. Because people start speaking up, we have mental health days because people start speaking up, saying, no, this does matter. And so there should be a time set, you know, we have to say, well, no, I need time to make my meals at home. Yeah, I can't work right now, you know? So some of you is these, you know, that's the vibe. When you make food for yourself, make food for your dogs too. Like, and think about it, you know, you were with your dogs in nature, right? Back in, like, history, you guys were like hunters and gatherers and foragers. They were protecting you as you were hunting and gathering. They weren't eating like food that was different from you, really, you know? They were eating like the scraps of what you were eating, more or less. They were probably hunting as well, their own stuff, okay? But like, they were also like around you a lot of the time, obviously, as your protector, right? They were huddling around you also for warmth. So they were around you a lot, which means that they were eating much alike you. And the whole thing about where people go, oh, your dog shouldn't be eating food scraps, that's because we shouldn't even be eating those foods that we're eating. You know what I'm saying? But it just shows up earlier in the dog's in the dogs because they have a much more sensitive system. So what's happening to the dog is happening actually to you in a much more short period of time. Okay? Like, it's about quality. You should not be eating half of the foods you're probably eating. And yeah, your dog, of course, should not be eating that either. But that's not the point. It's about, like, if you're eating healthy stuff, it's like, stop taking stuff just so literal. Like, oh, the veterinarian said, don't give your dog the food you're eating. It's like, stop reading that just, like, as so literal, bro, you know? It's like, don't you think it matters, like, what you're eating? But what if you're a vegan? What if you don't have any processed food? What if you're a vegetarian? What if you only a chocolatarian? Then of course, yeah, your dog should not be eating. You should not be feeding that to your dog. But, you know, it's all depending on what you're eating. We need to go a step further. And yeah, the question is, what are you eating? And that's where the health system is so wrecked in the US. It's like people can't even take care of themselves and now they want a dog. And it's like your health is not doing well. And then your dog, this is a mess. A dog and then slash a dove. Well, children, yeah, even children. That's where we're saying stop having kids. I'm going to just say it, you know, and I feel like this is the issue. You're populating within like dirty water. Wait for the pool water to get clean and then have children. Like, you're making like love and like this gross ass algaeic energetic swamp. Stop populating. Stop having children in this landscape right now. That is, yeah, you're not enlightened enough to have kids to really serve yourself as well. Genuinely serve yourself and have a loving connection with them. So some of you are thinking that you have children, you'll be happier, but if you know your children aren't happy and it's a vibe thing, you're gonna feel, well, this is your karma, you know, you're gonna make that decision. So no one's happy when they got health issues, I'll tell you that much. And that's pretty scary. Like, imagine if you not only have your child and have health issues, and then you have health issues, and then you gotta pay for the health thing, and then it's all this financial burdens, and then it's like no one's happy then. Okay, nobody's happy. So, and yeah, it's a cycle. But with the dogs, right? Like, let's say you just made a meal for yourself. Let's say you went to the farm and you got, you know, grass-fed, organic, whatever you got, you know, or you are a vegetarian or a pescatarian or you're vegan. And I mean, dogs are not really vegan, but yeah, I mean, you get what I'm saying. This is the way of saying, well, we're going to say organic and grass-fed, and you're not adding, you know, additives and salts and xanthan gums and all this crap. Then what's wrong with your dog having some of your food, right? This is a general video. You got to talk to your personal practitioner. You got to talk to your veterinarian. Okay? This video, yeah, it was just general video, I will say. Maybe your dog has pre-existing conditions, we have to say, you know, that make him something already out of balance in his chakras now, to the point where he's not even, like, think about autoimmune. Like, your body is now rejecting even good foods. Like, that's the issue when you're not listening earlier on to the symptoms. Then over time, like, and I mean, y'all don't have to listen to this, of course. I mean, this is just a very, very long one. This is a download dispatch. The spirit wants all this out. You don't have to listen to all of this and watch all of this and all that. It's not about like propaganda. But the information is there, and whatever. Maybe some people listening to this on like a long drive home, or I don't know. Maybe it's especially relevant for them. This is not talking, this channeling. Okay, and I know it's very, very long, but yeah, this is download. Some of you here, spirit is downloading this into your psyche right now. Like, you're receiving a download on this, and you're going to change after this download, spirit says. Okay, so your diet is going to change, your tastes are going to change. You're going to start having, how do you say, like, different cravings and stuff for different things, and your perspective will change, like, as well, like, when it comes to how you feel yourself and your animals as well. But let's say, like, you know, you start you start eating very healthy yourself, and you having a simple meal of chicken and organic beans with nothing but little olive oil, organic olive oil, and just a little pinch of sea salt. Okay? And this is a very general video, assuming that, there's no, like, pre-existing conditions that would make this dog or whatever, like, very sensitive to, like, certain things, okay? Or certain allergies, we'll say, because many of these fucking allergies is because of these fucking vaccines. Where you're getting the vaccine, they say that the vaccine, if you get the vaccine and you just had an apple, then your body will start to associate, they say, I've read this somewhere, well, of course, do your own research, documentation, your body will associate the apple you just ate, because the vaccine's running through your veins, and it associates it as something that it needs to produce antibodies against. The body is very intelligent like that. So, anyways, yeah, many different factors. Anyway, same thing with animals, though. Why are we over-vaccinating and shit? Calm down. They're making a lot of money off of that. Hello? Oh, my God. Not just in the vaccine stuff, but in the doctor appointment, but also in the problems, the health issues that arise after that. Okay? Now, anyways, going back to it, you don't want to be intervening, like, more than nature at a certain point. Okay, and these veterinarians just need to get paid. It's like, sit down and fucking, like, find a job online, bitch. Oh my God, no, it just irritates me. Because some of these veterinarians are like, it's like, are you dumb? What makes you think that, like, this dog needs this or that? Are you dumb? Are you crazy? This is the same thing these people here I'll tell you what it is. It's these people who got sucked into the matrix system, and they were so traumatized by their schooling, and now they're in debt, and they just need to find a job. They don't give a fuck anymore. They really don't care. They're not thinking. They're not genuine. I'm talking about some of these veterinarians. They're not thinking with their heart and their soul anymore. They're not clicking and feeling what they're really doing. Because if you were intuitively feeling it out, you'd understand that ain't nobody fucking needs you here right now. And you are over-vaccinating that dog, okay? Yeah. Over-vaxxing and over this and over that, and he needs medication, but no, he doesn't. He needs to be far away from you, okay? And all these elective surgeries and all that crap, okay? Seriously, that really pisses me the hell off, okay? Some of you need to take your pets out of the hands of these evil-ass veterinarians to a certain degree, is what I hear as well. Within bounds of doing what's legal, of course, and, general checkups. And, of course, not all veterinarians are bad, but same thing there. They make naturopathic veterinarians, too, seek out. This is about supporting a naturopathic system of health. And they make the same for dogs. Yeah, there are doctors who are more holistic in their approach when it comes to also pets. Look for that, okay? Because it's the same thing, if not worse, than the human system, okay? Yeah, and this early spayings and all this crap. It's like, why are you fucking with nature? Why are you trying to play God? What's wrong with you? Are you okay? Okay, are you okay? Okay, yeah. What's with all of this? Because you need to read into this, y'all. I don't know. Maybe some of you just getting pets and stuff. Before you do, like, please make sure that you can take care of this animal so that he or she or they can actually serve you. Because what's going on is, with pets, there are mirrors to your chakras, and you have a relationship to your pets that's intrinsic and energetic. That's what the download says, right? So, read about on this, all right, guys, like early spayings and too early on. Read about, is it even necessary? It's arguable, but these veterinarians love to talk like they really know exactly what's best and this and that and all this bullshit. They got their ego wound up about your health and your daughter's health and your children's health. Many of these doctors, so-called doctors, is really businessmen, they've got a huge fucking ego. And you think, meantime, he went to this school, he's smart. No, he's got debt. He's got loans, okay? And that's the problem. Just in America, really, it's coming down to how they get paid. In other countries, so as I've heard it, like, for instance, in Japan or I think Sweden, you're not getting paid when people are sick. So the system is not based off of that as it is in the US. But, think of before, yeah, I mean, just don't assume like immediately, oh, I'm gonna go and just do exactly what this guy's saying, like, what do they call it, neutering or whatever, early neuter. I mean, why are you doing that? This fucking with his whole, that's an organ, that's his organ. What makes you think that you're God? Hello? And if you, oh, but I don't want him to reproduce, okay, then you should not have a dog. Then you should not have a dog. That's what I believe. That's my, and the long term, we should not be touching nature like that. Okay? Yeah. Don't be touching nature like that. Unless you want nature to come fuck with you, and then you're wondering why nature is backfiring on you. Why my dog has all these problems, because, or you're thinking why your dog has all these problems, or is not doing well. It's the same thing as people. Why he's looking like he's older now. It's the same. Why he's not energetic. It's the same thing with you. It's the same thing with your child who has autism and or how do we say, is diagnosed with this or that, or born with this or that, or has learning trouble with concentration. It's the same thing, coming down to the same thing. They got bacteria. Okay, so the thing is about conscious creation, and that's what Spirit's saying. Okay, really coming down to, when you create with intention. Don't create for society. Don't create because you feel you need to, because to please anybody. Don't create because you want to please anybody, okay? System, and believe it's going to make you successful. Nobody makes you successful except for God. And that's not someone you find here. It's someone you came from. You came from God. You came from Source. So you need to live by Source, okay? If you want to live in your true path on this planet, you can choose blue pill. If you choose blue pill, you're going to experience a 3D you wish you never incarnated to. We're gonna put it like that, especially in the coming year. Spirit says, it's gonna get real weird here on planet Earth in a few years. Spirit says, especially with a health pandemic. Spirit says, not just COVID stuff. We're talking like, people not taking care of their health and shit. I'm not trying to wish anything on anybody, but it's gonna get real weird out here. Premature aging, like way too young. Premature this, premature that. Way premature. People used to get, I'm hearing, God forbid, cancer 30, 40 even, I'm hearing. Now they're starting to get in their 15s or teens, I'm hearing that. So this world is you need to step in line with God, and you need to ask God what you need to change about your life, so that you're not on that train, not on that boat, you heard? Going to that place, because that's not where you come from. Thank you guys for tuning in. Now I feel like we're still not done. Spirit's like, nope. Okay. I'm hearing placebo. Yeah, so some of you're wondering what's the spaying, the neutering. So, neutering, like, if you do that too early, they say you should do your research, okay? Everybody makes their decisions, but if you do that too early, it's affecting also the growth of the dog. And it can really impact their structure of their body as well, amongst other things. I mean, this is if we just take it logically. I mean, intuitively, no one is going to be doing that out in nature. That's a man-made thing. That's a human 3D thing that they came out with, okay? Is what you think you need to do. So, based on society and how to live in society. And I just say, if you feel your dog needs to live inside of like your 9 to 5, you need to change your 9 to 5 so that you can actually be a proper starseed parent to your fur babies. Okay. And I know that's like kind of like a very serious message, because, well, is there such a thing as like, are you ready to actually inherit this blessing? It's a blessing. Some of you are wondering why something is stunted. Maybe something is not coming through for you, you're not manifesting, because you need to heal the connection to Source, because that's where your pets and your children come from. They're not coming just from your physical 3D ego. You're creating. When you create, you come from Source. And so if you can't do that, from Source back to Source, and appreciating Source, in other words, right? And when you take care of things on 3D, they take care of you. And some of you are wondering why your kids are not happy, or they're not healthy, or something, or something is not healthy, then yeah, that's the energy. So if you're like, well, but then you have to go through this path, you may feel it because you got to put your kids in daycare. Oh, but do you? That's how you feel, right? I'm saying, like, you feel you need to put your kids in daycare. But do you? There's a lot of assumptions, right, in this line of thinking. If you really wanted to and you awakened, then you could find a way around that where you could find a way around that where you could work in a way where you could be with your children more. And you wouldn't have to drop them off at daycare. And I'm hearing some about, like, necessary vaccines. Like, for them to go to that daycare, they have to have certain vaccines, and you don't want to do that. Yeah, or same with the dog. It's like, why are you dropping him off at the daycare and stuff? So I think it's about, like, why you see them as separate as yourself as well, living in a way that is in harmony, where you don't have to be separated from what's yours. Okay, why are we raising kids just to abandon them in schools? Okay, or with the doctor. Okay. Yes. So, yeah. Spirit says that in the coming years, there's going to be a big push with these pandemic, with health. I kind of want to get the charms and see what this is about. It's starting to remind me of the warning that came through about the 2027 read. Remember that galactic politics prediction read? We talk about, like, where 2027 was, like, predicted as a year of like a lot of, like, health stuff and a lot of passings. They said that was, like, a year of, like, a lot of passings. So give me a sec. I want to get the charms. Yeah, well, this is definitely important because Spirit was like, "No, you're not sleeping tonight." Okay, give me a sec. I'm seeing onions, some onions. Yeah, some of you. Oh, I see. Spirit is saying, like, your family, some people in your bloodline, they didn't pass this test. So some people in your bloodline, they're going to be traveling down another path. Yeah, this is about it's going to be kind of like COVID. Like, you know how COVID separated a lot of people and then it brought a lot of other people together? This is kind of what's going to happen. I'm not sure as of right now if this is more just like 3D or 5D. Let me see. Okay. God bless. Okay. I'm hearing Christian. Nauru, Naru, like Naruto. Is that a place in Japan? I don't know. Yeah, I think it's place in Japan. So what's going on, Spirit? Let's see. Some of you could be right now thinking about, or you are right about to. Something may come up in relation. I'm here in GOP. I'm here in Summerland. Okay, Spirit's giving you a heads up on something about the next few portals. About society, like They're giving you a tip about this. I feel this is strongly about those of you who have children. And or, like, you're thinking of... yeah, give me a sec. So there is going to be, like, I feel another... It's a health crisis, guys, I'm hearing. But I'm hearing it's online. What's that? It's online. Okay. Okay, well, that's interesting. A health crisis online. Okay, so it's maybe not in the 3D. Spirit, what is that about? We have pH. Yeah, Spirit is reiterating that 2027 predictions read. I remember Leilani, something like that. Leilani. You are gonna suddenly, you're gonna see, like, we don't wish this, but, like, people dropping like flies in 2027. Something is coming around here. I don't think... Guys, online. Is it like a Wi-Fi thing? Fear says yes. G. Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Something about technology? I don't know how that relates. Maybe it's this 5G. Something here about 2027. And remember we said people are going to have to stay inside, like, in those bunkers because they're photosensitive. It's a pandemic, though. Because I see people... But I see you separating from a lot of people. Yeah, we got R.I.P. Oh, man. Something about pomegranate. Yeah, Spirit says you need to maybe... Oh, this is the Cancer read. I think it was on members. We gave a warning about saving. You guys remember that? Anyone who's on 48... no, we live a small tier. Some of you are going to be moving to another, like, continent. Something about water and power. We spelled job. Your job may suddenly change and you're going to just completely, like, leave the country. I'm hearing that for some. Spirit wants you to, downscale, downscale. Something about technology may force you to move or leave your country. I don't know what that is about. I'm hearing Berm. I'm hearing Atlas. We got X coming through. Makes me think of Twitter. It's a really strange message. We got DC. Yeah, when I was clearing the chakra. We got FB, like Facebook. Yeah, something about technology, but okay. We'll keep it on mind. It has to do with health, though. Okay. I'm hearing Kim Lauder. You may move because of technology. You may move because of... Spirit may move you. And I don't know what that has to do with, like, other people, like, around you, kind of, like, passing away or something. I don't know what that energy is about, where you got people around you. Oh, I see. You're being elevated. Okay. In a few years, you're going to be in another country. I don't think that you're going to be where you are at. So wherever you are right now, and I feel like some of you have children. We have Mio. Some of you may start your own company in a few years. I'm hearing Kurt. We got Tam. Something about China. Yeah, but... Oh, yeah, ATM at the moment. But this is kind of coinciding. Maybe it's around a time where something is going on with a certain pandemic of health, or a technology thing. Technology pandemic? Why do I feel some people suddenly becoming, like... It's really strange what I'm seeing here. They're becoming kind of like they're getting left behind. Do you guys remember that reading? I'm hearing pluma, pluma smoke, e pluribus unum, something like, do you guys remember that reading? It was a galactic politics read, and we were saying in 2027, we were saying something about snowing in outer space, raining in outer space. Somebody said on playback that sounds a little bit like, yeah, this is like, hold up. I mean, is it political? Let's see. There's definitely something, I think it's something about, like, something backfired even. It could be in technology, something maybe, it could be radio waves. I'm hearing something about radio waves. Radioactive, yes, that's what it is. We said that they have to stay inside in the Faraday camp with a Faraday cloth, and that has to do with those waves. I'm hearing Asta, like Asta La Vista, yeah. So, oh, I see. Spirit's gonna get you up and out of like wherever you're at, because I think that place specifically certain places. I'm hearing Lewis. I'm seeing these like laser beams shooting down into certain parts of the earth, and it's like something is going on with that. I think something gonna happen on the frequency plane. It's frequency more than really 3D. It's going to be something that impacts a lot of people, but it's not something we could really tell. Yeah, this is that. It could be that read where we said, remember, they don't know what it is, and the bars are closing down. Remember that deck? It was a wintry deck. We said it had to do with the vaccine, I think, potentially, in that read. We said it potentially had to do with the vaccine. So, yeah, I feel like you're not going to be impacted, light workers, but something's going to happen around you, and it will affect the economy, of course, and it will affect a lot of things. So some of you, your guides are trying to shuttle you off to where you need to go so that you can prepare for this. All right. Something about Napa Valley. Many of you are feeling you're about to move, and you're right. Your guides are confirming to you that, rebuke it. It's not for everybody, but yeah, for some. I'm also hearing there are going to be some natural disasters. There's just some, but it's really this technology thing. I'm hearing pewter blasting frequencies. It says apps. APPZ. Yeah. Oh, I see like something's not going well for a lot of people when it comes to, like, okay, can I describe this in the most abstract way of what I'm seeing? Like, everyone's society, let's say, starts out with like a phone. Then all of a sudden, like, some people's phones become like dangerous for them. It starts heating up in their hand, like becoming molten hot, and then they freeze. But some other people, like, they don't have that problem. They don't have that symptom. They could just keep moving. It has to do with this technology, is what I hear. Some people, like, frozen in time. I'm hearing in quotes, I'm not ready. It says vibes. Yeah, these are frequencies. And you need to move, I'm hearing some of you. I'm not saying that you need to move, like you need to figure it out, Spirit. Like I said, you know, I feel Spirit's gonna prepare you for this. Some of London. Like, only some people's phones are freezing up, but then it impacts their health. I don't know what that means or whatever. But, oh, like, maybe if you're dependent on that, you could be dependent on health. I don't know what that means. Like, okay. Has to do with technology, for sure, and like life. So why would your life depend on like your phone? It's weird to think like that, but yeah, that's what it's going through. And but that only happens in some places, I'm hearing, like countries only. So Spirit says many of you, like, this is like equivalent to like COVID, like they're preparing your chakras for like basically what's to come about this, and it has to do with COVID, like type of vibe. Like, you know how like some people you were prepared by spirit, like for where you needed to be during COVID. That's the energy. So this is I'm smelling some really nice perfume. Yeah, some of you are not going to be impacted about this, but many of your family could be. Okay. Yeah, I see them like freezing on the phone, and it's like, and they're frozen in time like an ember. I have this recurring vision of like this guy with his phone. He's holding it and like freezing. It's weird. It's a really strange vision. Something about Dubai. But you already moved, so you didn't have... It's like something could be given off, like... Yeah, okay, something is emitting a frequency and it's connecting to your phone, but that's not connecting to everybody's phone. Not everybody has that issue. I keep hearing that. Did you say nano? Yeah, I'm hearing yes, to nano. Underline on that. That's yes. It's along that line. I'm hearing, yeah. R. It says R. Spirit says yes. RXIY. Roxy. Yeah, this is it's gonna impact your brain. That's what I hear. The functioning of your brain. Something about Gold Coast. Yeah, but like right before this happens, you're gonna move. That's how you know the timing of this. Like Spirit's gonna have you like move to a country, another country you've never been to. Yeah, we have Guy again, like Bill Nye the Science Guy. Then it's like some people like they didn't have preparation for this, like on their phone, and then we got RZ. Yeah, some people didn't it's like the equivalent of not upgrading. Okay, you know what this is like? It's like everyone who's got the iPhone, there's like a new virus out on the iPhone or something, but only if you didn't update your software. That's exactly what it's giving. Maybe your phone is a metaphor. Some people maybe got left behind. They couldn't ascend into the next dimension. Like, these frequencies don't touch you, but it affected them. It could be your immune system even. Yeah. Like, you know, some people, they don't react to certain things, but you do, or vice versa. Like, you're sensitive, but they're not, or something like that. Or they are, you're not. For better or for worse, it's like you want to know if like something's not good for you. You know how some people, they can eat like a ton of trashy food and they don't have a single pimple? Yeah. So it's like different ways, man. But different ways I could be mad. It says ass. What an ass. Yeah, some of you, this is general karma. Like, it could be that people... There's a health pandemic. Maybe due to technology. Maybe AI is going to create a lot of havoc here for the financial ways. And then people are like going to start really going downhill when it comes to their health. It could be. They may not be able to afford like healthier foods. They're just going to try to get whatever's cheapest out there and shit. Hopefully not, but yeah, I rebuke it. I'm here in Maria. I'm here in Universal. In the sake, I return center. Return center. Yeah, and they're kind of triggered at you because they saw that you're lucky and you moved on. I feel like light workers, you're going to be given like... Spirit's saying, look out for these tips we're giving you. We're going to give you some tips on where we need you to go next. Some people were left behind in the Matrix. It's kind of giving that Virgo read. The title was, they can't believe you got to heaven and left them in hell. That read. And Virgo rules health. Crazy. Something about Minnesota. Yeah, I'm hearing greenhouse gases. Yeah, I see some people are subject to like some really terrible conditions on Earth. I'm kind of seeing something that looks a bit apocalyptic, like fires raging on one part of Earth, but then other parts of Earth, it's like totally like nothing going on there. I'm hearing ice cream. So, it's weird because I'm imagining something that one would see kind of like in an apocalyptic movie or something. But it's so soon. Spirit says 2027. So something could wrap. Well, with AI just came out this year, right? Like Gemini, Chat, GPT, and stuff. Pi, whatever it's called. Or whatever. I'm hearing spy. I'm hearing spy warfare. These apps could be spying. Or someone has control over some apps, bro. I don't know. Some people gonna get really, really, really stuck back here with something. No. I'm hearing generation gap. Yeah, this is the 2027 read where we said it's only impacting a certain generation. Remember? Who was in that read? You could revisit it. The title is Galactic Politics Predictions. I think I was wearing a brown dress. We got PEZ. Yep. Some people are going to be living like really in a creepy circumstances, underground, in bunkers, in the dark. I'm hearing that. Some people, like, they're going to become suddenly very sensitive to the radio frequencies of Wi-Fi. Oh my god. Like, they're going to feel as if someone's punching them. They're becoming so sensitive to these mirrored radiographs, radiography, these frequencies and band length. What is it called? Wavelengths? Bandwidth. Like, what? Like, their system is shutting down. Like, they're a computer or something. And they're just shutting the fuck down. Like, they can't be around. Almost sounds like they got an allergy. They're allergic to Wi-Fi. Something like that, you know? Okay. But I feel like you're going to be in a different country at that point, or you're going to be somewhere else, not where this is happening. And it's not like those frequency band waves are not even around you. Plus, like, you wouldn't even be sensitive to them even if you were around them. So it's something about like where spirit wants you to focus at. Some people here are going to be like really financially like not well is what I hear. Maybe that's what the bunker thing is. Something like this. I'm here in yeshiva. This makes me kind of think of how, you know, society and culture is much shaped around the weather. Like, if you're not going out, like, culture changes, you know? Sunny places, like, the culture is really different. Sicily was so different than Milan, you know? It's like the vibe, because people are like, it's like cold as hell in Milan, you know, over time. Like, they learn to be really cloaked up and personal and private and keep to themselves. Serious, that's like for real. I took a class on that even. They taught about that literally in the class. I was like, wow, it's like really a thing. They're like, yeah, it really shaped the culture and stuff. So, interesting. So it's a real, like, factor it can be potentially. It's not just, like, weather. Maybe it is something about weather, but I feel the weather is more... Spirit says it's related to... Yeah, I feel... I don't know. I see people, like, they can't control themselves anymore or something. Like, they're going out and then they're running back inside real quick and I'm here and I can't do it. I can't do it. Like, he's too scared. I don't know what this means. It's like... But for you, you're fine. Oh, like, I see you, like, walking through... It's like when one person... How do we say? One person is like, he has callousy hands, so he doesn't feel heat. So he can hold the hot pan, but this other guy can't. He has like thin skin, or his skin is not callous, and it's like, bro, how are you doing that? Oh my god. It's like, but it's his life is depending on it. It sounds crazy, but yeah, this is what I am seeing. And we channel COVID, right? We for those of you who are new to this channel, we predicted COVID. I'm a channeler, I'm a Starseed channeler. My North Node sits at Galactic Center. we're channeling here about planet Earth, and we were channeling, I'll never forget, the corona read. I was feeling so crazy. I didn't know what I was describing, but I was seeing like these amoebas in the air, and I was saying something about the ears, nose, and the throat. We talk about activations, and then I was like, yeah, I'm hearing keep clear corona. I don't know what that means, but yeah, keep clear corona. I keep hearing that. So, and it was a very intense read, kind of like this one. Feel free to go check out. We have an excerpt of that in that video itself on the main channel page and on our predictions playlist. But this is sounding a little bit like that. I just noticed this is crazy because I have Virgo in my 11th house, and Virgo is about health, and the Aquarius, 11th house, is about channeling, is about networks, society, groups of people, systems of people. So the video in which we said keep clear corona, the title is Pisces, which rules viruses, right? It was May, I think 2018. The title is They're Here to Stay. They're here to stay. I'm seeing these frequencies, like some people can move through the x-ray, but some people can't. Like he's trying to run through the x-ray, but it's like he can't run through the x-ray. He's bumping into it. He's bumping into frequencies. I'm hearing that. It's like everyone's going through TSA. Some people going through easy. They don't feel the TSA vibes. But some people, I'm hearing Bethlehem, Carnage. Some people, like, he's like looking back at him like, hey, how'd you get through? Like, I can't get through. It's like he's blocked. Yeah, he's energetically blocked maybe, or he's got a blockage. I don't know. Something is very, very strange with that. But yeah, I haven't seen that. Just whatever. Something about Nike shoes. Yeah, the frequency is hitting his system. Like he's almost collapsing. Wait, that's what we said. These symptoms can start to get so severe that people, I'm seeing a horse in a carriage, like people quite literally, like, I mean, I guess that's what happens, like biologically. People evolve, like, right? Like they become allergic to certain things. The body's like, no, that's not good for me. So right now it's like, okay, you could have like one or two like things, but when you have 5, your body starts to like really react differently. Like, you know, if you eat too much of something, then you may feel sick and throw up. But you didn't throw up if you just had one, even though your body knew it wasn't good for you. So maybe now, you know, like this is starting something. Spirit says it has to do with the blood-brain chemistry. But it's related to technology. Okay. Crazy. Very interesting, I guess. We got a W. Pow. Yeah, what's this vision? I keep seeing this guy. He's like looking at this guy ahead of him, like go through this like x-ray thing. And he's like frozen, and he's like, I can't. Maybe it's a mind over matter. No, I don't know. I'm smelling some really nice cologne again. What is that? Wow. Says AO. It smells like really fresh. Yeah. Yeah, he can't get through. Maybe into the next dimension. I don't know. He can't get through. Yeah, then he like falls back and he has to go. I'm hearing president. He has to go. Presidency? He has to go back underground into the bunker. Like he got knocked back. He has to go back. Like he's on a little track or something. Such a strange vision. Okay, let's continue though. I'm seeing a hairbrush and something about Australia. I'm hearing a lot of starseeds could be moving to Australia. It's random, but okay. Alright, always a reason for... Yeah, they're moving to Las Vegas, I'm hearing. That's random as well. Okay. I'm hearing something about Mexico, Lithuania. Man, I don't know who that... He's looking at you. He sees you, maybe like... You got through TSA and he's staring at you. It's like... He can't come with you or something. We got PWC. He feels helpless. I'm hearing job. DLI. Yeah, it may have to do with your job. But Spirit keeps saying technology. So what is it about the technology, Spirit? Spirit says that, like, okay, something going on with this, like, cellular device thing. We spelled out apps. Something about this phone, like maybe the vibes off your phone are like downloading your system. Like, you know how your body, you're like a crystal, you know, Tesla? You're like a crystal, crystalline structure, computer crystal. So it's like these apps are downloading, bro. I don't know, it sounds crazy, but it's like impacting like the airwaves around your aura or something, bro. I don't know. Like, they're gonna start controlling your aura with the app. The app is gonna start controlling your vibes. It's crazy. Okay, we got exit, but it's, I don't know. Maybe they're gonna create like a, well, I gotta get a little more. No. Spirit says it's something like, I see someone holding their phone, and then all of a sudden, like, something is gonna happen where some people, and this is what came through. I remember how strange this download was, because we said they're trying to figure out what the outlier factor is, because they can't tell. And we said that they don't have time, they just collapse. Oh my God. It's like the phone is giving off some toxic radio frequency, and someone's controlling that in the back end. That's insane. Give me a sec. You're in Hubble Starship. It's like, you know how like when there's an SOS in the country, it's like it's like transmitting vibes. You know how if there's an SOS in the country or a storm, they're putting an emergency alert and everyone gets a text. I'm seeing they're kind of doing that, but with the frequencies. Everyone's phone is all of a sudden like going off. Zzz, zzz. It's like vibes though. What? That's insane. But it's not far off. I think that, is this like maybe technology warfare? Is that what they would call it? Like, you know how certain frequencies make like binaural beats, right? But like, you know how certain frequencies like push mosquitoes away? Yeah. I feel like someone in the back end can like, from their side, like control like frequencies that are emitted from your phone, which would be like a much more expanded version of like sending you an SMS text, right? When you get an SMS text, like your phone is connecting to a receiver and there's a vibe. But this is on a way bigger scale, where like someone's whole system, someone could pass out because that vibe was way too strong. I'm hearing it like that. Like one pulse and he could pass out. This is crazy. No, like, I don't know. It's insane. And I keep smelling this like nice ass cologne. I have no idea what. It's like a really nice smell, and then it's like this weird message. Yes, a remote control. I do see that. Like, I think they may be starting to get more into like frequencies and stuff on planet Earth, like not controlling people with like, I mean, blood and terror. It's like silent. It's a silent killer with the vibes. Like, we spell devil in the back end. They're fully like aware of like how to manipulate with like mental warfare. I'm hearing with this technology stuff. They're using the phone as a transmitter device. That's what I'm hearing. And they know, how do we control the masses? Everyone has a phone. Oh my God. And it's something about frequency. That's crazy. I'm hearing something about China. Like, they're emitting these frequencies off your phone even that get you to think certain things. I'm hearing that. Oh my God, stop. This is like, yo, what? Like, they can like, they're sending you these frequencies and emitting these frequencies of thoughts. And Spirit says it's 100 related to the cellular phone. Like, do we really trust this thing? Chloe, didn't you say earlier in this chat, like, some of you want to go back to the days where there's no cell phones? I'm seeing this blurry thing. Yeah, it's like, who do we come to trust, like, keeping this thing on you? Do we even know who these people are who control this? Like, you know how people can spy through your phone on you? And it's like, who's this company who made this? Like, are we really zooming out and, like, trusting these people? But because it has to do with your physical health, basically. at this point. It's not just like your privacy, it's like your brain. I hear your brain. Suddenly you don't even realize you're being programmed. It's like, why do I feel like I suddenly want to go to Korea? I'm here and get Korean food. I don't know, that's random as hell. What the hell? What? It's like I was gonna say Korean food, but Korea, okay. It's like suddenly people walking like zombies in one direction. Oh, stop. Oh no. Y'all don't connect no technology to your brain, okay? No, but that's a metaphor maybe, but Lord. Something with that though, because think about it, like AI could develop. I'm feeling in the left ear. Yeah, I'll repeat that. It could develop so swiftly. Isn't that a technology app, Swift? Like keyboard. Like that we cannot even possibly imagine like what they're really thinking about using this technology for. Oh my Lord. Okay, well the concern would be like self-driving vehicles and motor vehicles especially as well, where like it would route you automatically based on like your AI. And like what if someone hacked that system and then started routing everyone, GPSing everyone? Oh no, to like North Korea or something. Oh no, like you just shut your eyes, you went on default travel mode with your whole body. They're gonna be coming out with that. That's what I'm hearing. Where it's like you go into like a semi-coma and you give your life up to like some like to tech company. Yeah, I want to go offline for like a few months and just like evaporate and then I'll be back. It's like time traveling or something. And then they're gonna time travel you like on their own accord. You're gonna wake up in like North Korea. I'm hearing that. Oh, what the hell? Yo, can you imagine that? Like you said, hey, okay, GPS me here. Like imagine like you punch it into your phone. I mean, I guess they do that like Tesla self-driving vehicles, right? Like you can put in the GPS. Clear on the crown. Clear on the Spirit saying like maybe like wean off of this early, don't get wrapped up, or wean off of this technology thing, don't get too excited about it, still have discretion, use your mind like for yourself, like don't just take all this new technology like at face value, because they didn't even like research really the impacts of this. That's what I'm hearing. I don't know, I think this is something that may come out though, and like everyone's like, oh my god, are you gonna do it? Are you gonna do it? Oh my god, that's crazy. It could be like something they get implanted. It's like some people are gonna get this thing implanted and they're just gonna fall asleep. Oh, what? Then they're gonna live in a virtual reality while they're in this like weird ass coma half state, and then they're like, yeah, wake me up when I wake up. I want to go to like, it's like, are they designing reincarnation? What the fuck is this shit? Coma. They're gonna reincarnate. Bruh, no, like, this is wicked. This is definitely, Spirit's like, no, we're not about that. But, like, something going on where, like, these people are gonna time travel or some crap. They're gonna time travel, like it's gonna route them. They're gonna close their eyes, fall asleep, and they're gonna go into this little tubule vessel, and they're gonna get, like, suctioned into this, like, wormhole, and they're gonna go out the other end to, like, freaking, they're gonna end up, like, they put in the GPS. Because they want to move real fast, right? It's like, I don't want to drive through the traffic. So then Tesla's like, I got you. Or whatever, Elon Musk's like, I got you. So what we're going to do, we're going to knock you out. You're going to get knocked out. And like, then they're going to put you in this like coffin style freaking Lord, I don't know, like a little like, it looks like a high speed train or something. Like goes really fast. Like you're gonna be traveling at the speed of light. Like you're gonna be traveling through your phone or something. Bro, bye. Like, okay, I don't know. Like you're gonna be in a little. You're like sleeping or your chest crisscross, King Tut style, like a whole mummy or some crap. And then, yeah, some shit like that. And then you're gonna punch into your phone. Like when you want to go to the store, you're just gonna fall asleep and wake up. That's the vibe. You're not even gonna travel anymore. You're just gonna, like, you're eliminating time. Wait a second. It's like, so this is gonna get weird. I feel like some people are gonna maybe do it, and then they're gonna fall asleep, and some people are never gonna wake back up. Oh no! And then they're not gonna know what to do with all these people. It's like, we're not sure. Did they pass on? we're not sure if he's really gone and we don't know about this stuff enough. I could just imagine them coming on with some public announcement, you know, sorry, we don't know. Broken, wake up. Yeah, they got off like the life train. Sir, this is your terminal. Yeah. So, but yeah. It's kind of weird, this. Yes. It's like, we don't really know if... It says plug. You're gonna, like, plug in, like, you stick your finger into, like, this weird, like, server database, and then it's gonna, like, charge... It's gonna charge your chakras. Like, you are your phone now. Like, you don't even need your device anymore. Now it's like the phone is in your brain. This is crazy. Stop. This is just crazy. Stop. But basically, some people are gonna do that crap. And I just feel like it's going to control their life. And some of these people, suddenly they're glitching. That makes, yeah, they're glitching. They're glitching because he like we said, he's trying to get through the frequency, but the frequency controlling him. Yeah, so he can't get... Hey, the phone died. The phone just like died right there. We said something about luggage. Hey, the phone died. The phone just like died right there. We said something about luggage. Like, it's not going to be where your phone goes offline. Like, in the... Actually, the Wi-Fi just suddenly cut right there. The phone didn't die. It's just... the Wi-Fi cut. So I had to reset it. But, like, it's not his phone going offline. It's, like, he's going offline. Yeah. He's going to be a hibernating human. He's a hibernating human being. Yep. Okay. But it's like by will coma. Some of these people want to go into a coma to preserve so that they live extra long. I'm hearing that. So they wake up way later in like 45 years. It's going to become a power thing. They're going to go into like a by will coma so that they wake up alongside... I fucking rebuke it. These relatives, like some of these family clans, power dynasties, they want to go into a coma, freeze for like 30 years in a human years, and then come back so that they're young when everyone else is old, and they outperform all these people. This is what I'm hearing, bro. This is like, I don't know, just this may be a metaphor as well. Like, I guess that's kind of like a ascension. Oh, I've never seen the Matrix movie. Can you believe that? So that's interesting. Okay, but K, yeah, I-S, kiss. Yeah, they're gonna kiss each other and then, like, fall asleep. Okay, bye. See you in, like, 30 years. I heard like that. In the meantime, they're gonna be, like, living in their virtual reality. It takes much less... Oh, wait, cut right when we said some people gonna... Yeah, I would be good. Some people thinking they're cool or whatever for doing this. For implanting this thing. Some people, you could either have it in your jeans, your jean pocket... But then they're gonna do this whole scare tactic. Like, you better, like, get the implant, because if you don't implant this in your brain, then someone can steal it, like an eye tag, and then they can control your whole life, and you don't want that. So you better, if you're gonna have it, you better implant it in your brain. It's like, oh my God, they're gonna have to have a freaking weird surgery to... And then I feel they're gonna go into this weird energy, bro. Yeah, they're unrecognizable, some of these people. At a certain point, because there's gonna be a glitch in the system. This is what I'm hearing. And then what's gonna happen is some of these people, they thought they were cool doing this. But actually, some people may fall asleep and they're not gonna wake back up, I'm hearing. So, and they don't know how to explain this to people. Like, our servers are down, people are asleep. It's like, all you wanted was to go get some apple juice from, like, the grocery store, and, like, he won't wake up, you know. He fell asleep on the Apple server. It's creepy. This is really weird stuff, yeah. But this is, I think, at a certain point. And then I feel like their system or server could get hacked. And because I'm seeing about this GPS, like, you GPS, and then you get there in, like, half of the time. Through this, I'm hearing quantum air travel. And you arrive there, like, yeah, I'm hearing via distance with a shorter time. Or no time at all. So lightning speed. So how would you, like, you would have to get, oh, I'm thinking of that movie. Is it called Honey, I Shrunk the Children? You would have to like shapeshift basically into like a molecule or something. Um, but what's going to happen, and I feel like this is, well, this is more or less what we do, right? I mean, even when we're channeling, but we're astral traveling and such. But however, we're not ready for this, is what Spirit is basically saying. Okay, like this is not something that this is going to be a lot of trial and error and stuff. But something about these GPS, like you put into Apple, right? Let's say you get in your car and then you turn on like Apple Maps and you go, okay, I want to go to drive me to freaking, I don't know, Newbury Street in Boston from Cincinnati, Ohio. And then you just like kind of have a version of this where you're just going on a autopilot mode driving, right? Kind of, some cars have that function. But in this version, it's like you're just gonna, like we said, like be completely kind of knocked out. Yeah, you freeze down your pulse where you're like in between death. I'm hearing that. That's how fast. That's the fastest you can go. I'm hearing that. And some of these people, you know, like, well, I'm just like thinking about what would happen in terms of like the warfare, because some people are gonna hack the system and just route everybody to freaking North Korea and shit. Yeah, love it. Just rebuke it. And it's like suddenly everyone's like server is gonna point to like the different place. So take it as you will. Something about olive oil. Cause yeah, this is and I feel like maybe some people there's some side effects, yeah. Oh, rebuking the sacral. Some people lost some memory. I'm hearing that. They can't think anymore. Oh god. Yeah, after they got this thing. Yeah, because I see some people kind of like behaving a little strange. Like he's not completely with it. Like he kind of has this frozen smile on his face. Like it's giving maybe a little bit like geriatric vibes. But he's young. I see him as real young. And that's what we said. We said it's impacting only a certain generation. Maybe only a certain generation can get that thing. And then bye. It is what it is. This is about a zoo. Yeah, could be. Oh, Lord. Yeah, then they kept you incubating until the time they wanted. And then the whole time you don't know who's really controlling you. And then the company bought over, like, you know how they buy over information, like your email address and stuff from, like, data leaks? It's like now they're buying over whole human beings. While you're asleep, you don't even know. They're selling your data off, where you're headed to. Yeah, he's time traveling to, like, you know, North Korea and stuff. It's like, okay, well, how about you make him like stay there for like 4 more years longer? It's like, oh my god, he won't even know. He'll wake up, erase his memory. He won't even remember that he got hijacked. Oh my god, like this is crazy. Like this is kind of what happens though when we eat certain foods and it impacts our brain chemistry and our gut bacteria. We think we're craving certain things. It's very similar. Spirit says some people are gonna totally like not be at all into this. I feel like it's a starseeds. Because you're just like, bitch, I don't need you up in my brain, okay, to realize that I'm more than it. I'm not just my brain, bitch, okay? And you're not going to control my brain. You heard? Uh-huh. So, yeah. And it's not just about my higher self. I realize it's also about my brain. So keep your shit on you and don't... Some of you here, like, it could get weird out here because they're trying to rival starseeds is what I'm hearing. They're trying to, like, duplicate starseed powers. But that's going to have side effects is what I am hearing. Okay, and I feel like something's gonna happen where like there's this weird divide where these people, it's like almost like a weird off branch of pharmaceutical company, but like technology, where they're like, okay, well, they're trying to make these perks and stuff. Like they're gonna create this situation in society where there's so much like poverty, you can't even afford to like survive and like be a whole human anymore. You're gonna have to go offline. You're gonna have to save money by like going into this coma state on the server. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, and then that's how they're gonna do it. Just how they basically did it with society with food. Oh, sorry, too many people living on the planet. We don't have like organic all this and that anymore. So soils are depleted, etc. Okay, So yeah, basically we have like shitty food, and then we have like really good food. Take your pick. Like, oh, you can't afford good food. Okay, so here's a shitty food. Bye. See you at the doctor's office. You know, this kind of like the similar thing that's happening. So they're creating this like weird, this weird limbo where they want you to become dependent on this thing, and they want it to become something like you get that implant like the minute that you're born as well. Like just have him like when he's born get the implant. I mean, ew. Oh Lord, this is like no. Like what we've seen is not the worst of it. And then there's gonna be this moment where they're gonna try to rival the star seeds and shit. Okay, they're gonna try to rival the star seeds. They're saying, yeah, implant him, like so he doesn't even know that he's like really a human and stuff. Oh my God, they don't even want the children to ever have known life without this implant. I'm hearing that. What the fuck? Spirit type, yes. Yeah, download it into your system. You don't ever realize really that like it's it's not happening in 3D. It's like a virtual Cheeto. Something about deer hunting. I don't know what that's about. But yeah, like in order to survive, you have to like leave this timeline. So, and they're gonna give you like a cheap flight to another timeline. Here, you could like astral travel here. But I just see so much like going really sideways because they're trying to play like the guides. They're trying to be spirit is what I hear. They want to profit spirit. That's what they realize. This is how we're gonna do it with the technology. No, it's gonna backfire on these people. These people. But there will be this period where some people, oh my God, I'm the cool one. Like I'm doing it. Like it's gonna be like a millionaire thing. Only millionaires can afford it. That's how they're gonna make it feel exclusive, right? And then it's gonna become like, oh my God, they made a cheaper one. Oh my God, I could do it. Like, oh, the millionaires only can do it, so it must be something exclusive. No, it's actually crazy. And if you fucking do that, yeah, I'm hearing that, like, over time, something would seriously backfire. It says Dio. Yes, Dio. That's God. Yes, God. Some of you here, you know, when the phones came out, we thought, that's crazy. I would never have that weird touch screen thingy. What is that? Bye. You know, when everyone was like, that's ridiculous, iPhone screen touch, whatever. And then it's like, now it's commonplace, right? Now it's commonplace. So this is something of that. And I think some of you, maybe at some point in time, you may be like, wow, should I get that? And I'm hearing no. Okay, like your gods are going to tell you, your guides are going to distance you from this place because it's going to start somewhere where they're going to create a little need for this thing. Like I'm hearing something about war or poverty. There's going to be created a need for this. I'm hearing strike, something about government. They're gonna create this illusion of like destruction, and then I feel like they're going to come in with this as like the saving grace, as like a fake. I'm hearing a democracy move, and it's actually gonna take your power away though. And it's like someone behind this. I feel like it's gonna happen during a heavy Pluto Neptune transit. And people are gonna. They think they're the savior, but it's really the devil, okay, is what I'm hearing. And then there's going to be this flip suddenly, and the real light workers are not even going to be in this environment. It's like, that's the illusion. It's like, bro, if you really like, you think you can reach God through that? Are you serious? Okay, they're trying to rival you. Like, okay, you think you reach God through that, huh? Wow. Okay, then it's like, why am I not even in your circumstance? It's like these people trying to like pay their prayers. They're trying to like, I think they're trying to time travel. It's like they're trying to skip over like the era of illness and then like live longer. Bro, no. You're gonna this is gonna, I'm telling you, gonna backfire. Don't get that implant, whatever it is. I don't know if you're watching this in like 20, 30, 40, 50 years. But yeah, okay. You got JL. It's not what you think, and I feel like it's a huge illusion. They may present it during like a heavy retro season, Neptune retrograde with Mercury retrograde, and well, especially Pluto and Neptune, Spirit says. Especially during Pluto and Neptune. And they're gonna create this like lack. They're gonna make the desert really hot, and then they're gonna bring in this like icy cool, like refreshing, like commercial for like some weird technology, and then a lot of people like, yeah, they're gonna make it really exclusive at first. Oh, it's not even available to everybody. Okay, only millionaires. And then it's like, oh, okay. And then it's like, okay, people are then gonna be dying to get poisoned. It's like, that's a vibe. Because they know if they made it too available, then people would have more space to question it, and then there wouldn't be that whole like discourse of, oh, you just can't afford it, so how do you say? Yeah, they're gonna frame it like, you just can't afford it, so you're bitter. It's like they're creating this weird power thing going on with that, So Spirit is saying like, start to detach from these systems of like where the government or whoever tells you even whatever what is. Some of you, it could get really weird where like some groups, it's becoming political. It's like political technology or something. Political tech. Like, if you don't have this, then you can't live in our city because we want to be able to track you. That's what I'm hearing. Wow. This is crazy. Remember, like, my cell phones were like $10,000? Yeah. Had like a long coily cord. Yeah. The first like mobile phones were so crazy expensive. And this thing is emitting like all these Wi-Fi signals and stuff. This is kind of what this is. My nose is itching right there. Yeah, just because it's expensive, more expensive or whatever. We got Fig. Yeah, so. And then some of them, like some of these companies, because I think there's some off branches of companies that are creating this technology, like some more affordable than others that are not really good materials and stuff. And then like the ethics of the company is like questionable, and they may be prejudiced, and they're implanting different things in different brains depending on if you're feminine or masculine. And it's like, why did you change my settings, bro? Like, I'm a they. Like, I hear people telling them like they're a they, but they're getting like, why is this thing like running the reality like they're just their gender, something like this. Okay, we're gonna have like that kind of season as well. So this is all about technology, but the way that like, and it's I see them targeting like star seeds, which is just insane. They have like a, yeah, I mean, who's backing this? Let's see. I see a masculine toxic patriarch. We got HAY. Is someone here who's already watching star seeds and like is jealous of star seeds? You're weird. Okay. We have GF. Gaffy. They wanted to monetize happiness and pleasure, but it's really a vibrational thing. You can't manufacture happiness, but like they want to own what they I see something about China. It says GM. They're trying to like market to people that you can buy happiness through this like thing. But these people are unhappy like for a reason, and this is new technology, so it's definitely not about that. So we have to get to the source of it, but some people don't get that. And I think that the star seeds at this point, when this technology is out, we're going to be all banded together. I hear that we're going to be in tribes in general. Like, we're not going to be like loner star seeds. Like, how like a lot of star seeds, like you're separated right now from like you living in like solitude, isolation. This is very temporary in the broader scheme of things. You're meant to be around people who are like, similar to yourself and stuff. So, light in vibration. How do we say? Like, elevated consciousness. Right? It's like, that's where you want to be. And you will be there. And this is going to be just like, you're going to feel it's like a war starseeds. I'm hearing. You're like looking at this like technology, and you're just like, that's what I do anyways. Like, I don't need technology to do that, and I don't want you to own that. And you're realizing, many of starseeds are going to realize that they just want to own your psychic abilities even, and that's really what it's coming down to. Like, this technology promises to like read your mind, and just like, I know when you want to go get Korean food, and I'm going to just take you there. Something about this fucking Korean food, bro. It's like, this technology, whatever this implant thing is promising to know like all of your greatest, deepest, darkest desires. It's like, now where's your brain? It's like he wants to inject your brain with this like weird technology that then promises to like read the biochemistry. It travels through your blood vessels. Okay, that's like way down the line. But yeah, I'm hearing that he's promising that like he knows when you're craving this or that, and then he's just gonna GPS you. You don't have to like take out your phone, bro. Just listen to me. Oh no. And I swear, I see people doing this shit. I see that. I see them signing up for this. They think they're hot. Okay, yeah. I don't know why their body is overheating suddenly and stuff, though. Yeah, I see, like, because they became the technology, kind of. Like, I feel like it could even be a vaccine. And it's, like, traveling through their blood. Yeah, the crystalline structures of a computer. Mm-hmm. It's, like, programming. Mm-hmm. That's crazy, bro. Oh, my God. They're starting to even move more robotically. These vaccines I'm hearing in the future, it's not about health. It's about, like, your capabilities as a human. These vaccines are promising that you can move more, like you can become more limber and like move like more like a robot, and you can save energy like this or that. And there's a vaccine for like not needing to eat for like 40 days, and then you can like save money. I mean, this is crazy. Yeah, that's insane. But yeah, then it's like, why your phone is not your phone overheating, it's your body having like weird, you're glitching and twitching and like a computer screen. Yeah. They made... yeah, it is what it is. Okay. It's something for very simple, superficial perks, like, get this implant so you don't need to go through with TSA, like, at the airport. It's like, yeah, really, I wonder what's worse, like, the radiation from what, you know? It's like, that's ridiculous. They're gonna try all kinds of marketing ploys. Mm-hmm. They can connect themselves into, like, another universe, into another timeline. They can connect themselves to, like, 100 years from now or whatever. I heard like that. Well, he's programming it, like, I want to wake up in, like, 100 years, okay? It's like... that's crazy. So we got we. Okay. Makes me think of WeChat. Yeah, we got I. Isn't that like a Chinese app? It says KD. Okay. Yeah, but the kind of scary part is like, I remember in Morgan, you wouldn't even like, at a certain point, you would forfeit. Like, you would sign off like in a contract, like that you give them your rights, you give the technology rights to like rule your brain. And you don't even know anymore, like, do you really want Chinese food? Oh no. Oh, bro, I'm done. Oh no. These humans are about to forfeit all control. Any control they had left. Yo. It's like you're basically signing off that you trust this company to, like, yeah, read your taste buds, right? It's like, okay, yeah, oh yeah, it's really about your taste buds. Like, you don't have memory anymore, that's what it sounds. Yeah, they're gonna erase your memory and stuff. Oh my god. Take out, please. Alright, be right back. It's like they're gonna knock you out. Zoom, they're gonna like zoom you over. Yeah, that's insane. Oh, you just had the meal, you didn't realize? Oh my god. Yeah. Yes. So Alex just farted. Yeah, that's the vibe. So, we have week. Weekend, yeah. Yeah, and like there's gonna be this whole disparity. Like, some people are gonna be like, oh, am I not cool for like, you know, it's like, because these people can travel, like they're gonna market it like travel in like 10 minutes, like instead of like 3 days. And like I see these commercials like on the TV for this thing, and some people are gonna be starting to feel like, am I not cool or something? Like, it's becoming a status symbol, like, oh, you won't make it to the party? You won't make it to the party? Oh, okay. It's like everyone, only people with implants can make it on time. I can't. Oh, that's just like correct. Like, the prejudice is on another level. Oh, it's on Tuesday, but it's like in China. Oh, it's like now you're feeling weird for like just traveling with a car or something like that. But so you're gonna realize like I don't want to be friends with those people. Yeah, I hear it like this. Man, this is gonna become so real that I feel weird saying that like it's political or something. Like, oh, be nice now. Yeah, like it's like a political decision or something, a political persuasion, or it's a gender binary or something. It's a gender binary. What technology you implant in your brain or something, it's gonna become political. Oh, like, oh, which software did you download? Oh, what are you running on? Oh, like just masculine, like, or like something like that. I don't know. It's gonna become like weird like that. I feel. I already kind of just feel that this is something that, like it's gonna end up alienating. People are gonna first be like, wait, maybe I'm not cool. And then it's like, bro, are you fucking joking? You are very cool. And like, you're the original. And like, they're just trying to like, it's like manufacturing, like, you know, it's like fake. This is fake, yeah. Oh, God. It's all for like, yeah, well, there's gonna be a flip, and then you're gonna suddenly go, you know what? Nah, fuck that. This is crazy. I'm not doing that. That's crazy. Like, I'm gonna stick to the car. I'm gonna get there in 3 days, and that's it. Like, maybe you guys you're in the family gatherings, and like some people are like, yeah. This would be like the equivalent of like when air travel came out. Judy. Oh my God. Well, that that one definitely goes back. That was a whole Judy. You guys remember that? Oh my God. I think it was in a Virgo read. Remember he kept asking you? Yeah, it was like a salesy vibe. Yeah, I think they're gonna push this really hard with the sales and stuff, but they're gonna take a perspective of like, you can't afford it, like, you know, at first. It's only exclusive. But it's like not exclusive, guys. It's easy. It's not that the technology is really exclusive. It's very, very simple. But this is it's just to mark. That's all. Only for marketing. Okay. So we spelled Dyke weekend, Gaza. Okay. So yeah, like and then they may take a political path as well with this. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So and that's so funny because Judy. I remember when like. Okay, whatever. Let's just move on. So, yeah, we got L. Something about basketball. Yeah, they're like, you can manifest like to become anyone you want. You want to become like a female basketball player in the 1990s? It's like, okay, go for it. It's like, then they're going to zoom him into that timeline. Yeah, it's like virtual reality or something. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, I do see many issues with this, like health, especially like, and they're going to tell them, you know, hey, like in the most fine print, like, you may like expire, basically. You may not wake up again. Okay. Yeah. So the last timeline shift could be your last timeline. Are you cool with like hovering there for like until we like develop technology to like rescue you? Oh my God. Are you cool with like being like in the 1990s? Yeah. So, but, yeah. But I think the thing is like they wouldn't even know, and that's a part of the technology that they forfeit like memory to a certain extent, and they may even lose long-term memory. It's not promised that they could like bring it back. So, but yeah, basically they would. Yeah, they would. We have YOLO. It's like a tattoo. People starting to like, okay, that's it. My guy friends did it. Okay, I'm the last one in the crew who didn't get the implant. Like he's making his last minute like decision. It's like creepy. So yeah, but like when they sign the contract, it's like, yeah, we can't promise that you would even realize if you didn't make it back. That's what it is like. So it's kind of evil. It's like, so yeah, do you really care if you make it back or not? Lord. And then it's like they're promising that you could like, yeah, okay, so this is the vibe. Now what else? They're like controlling where people are on the server. They can see it at any time, like where people, what timeline people are in, what they're doing. Maybe they're like, oh, we can only have like, we have to monitor everybody on the server, and we need time to like monitor everybody and stuff. So they may they're watching like where people go. Oh, he's going back to like, he wants to go back in time to like war. He thinks he can fix the war. He's going back in time. They're watching people like, so now that's interesting. But yeah, in the meantime, I feel starseeds, like I feel some people like there's gonna be this sudden backlash where people go, you know what, I don't think that's cool. Actually, I think it's cooler to like be more low key, kind of like a Birkenstocks vibe, like Berkey movement, where, you know, and the technology thing, like we don't always have to have our phones out. It's gonna be more like, I feel like light workers are gonna, they're gonna realize like what's going on here. It's like pay to be a starseed. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. This is how regular humans can feel like a starseed. You don't need to do this technology implant. I'm hearing that. I feel some of you may at some point really question whether or not you need this, and it's like, are you fucking crazy, bro? And that's where spirit, I think, moved you, because this could take root in a society where you're not there. And this thing is for people who have like limitations with their consciousness ultimately, and they don't. Yeah, it could be, I don't know, even maybe it's like a drug, like supposedly like lucid, they could lucid dream or something like that, like they could open their third eye, or, but it's not real. It's not by God, spirit says. Okay, yeah, you don't need that. You just need to remember. And the whole thing here is they're taking the memory away and they're owning them. They're like, yeah, oh, you can see because of us, the company, the technology, you know, and that's not what true consciousness is. So we'll see you guys in the next video. Okay, I don't know. Are we going to, I feel like, bro, I don't know. This is what's going on. Something about pizza delivery. Hold on. Yeah, okay, then I see what's going to happen is these people who took this thing are going to end up feeling depressed, some of them, and they don't know what's going on. Like, they're not feeling normal and stuff. This is way over time, though. It's going to take some time. And then it's like a bell curve. Like, it's going to come back around where it's not cool anymore, and then like people want to go back to the original, and like that wasn't really that fun, and I regret it, and like I don't remember stuff no more and everything. And that could be like a way of saying, you know, like a metaphor for when you kind of lose yourself, but you know, you lose your soul and stuff, and you don't remember like who you really are because you got sucked into the matrix. It's kind of like, yeah, like a version of what is already happening in society, but just in a different way, like more from technology. And the destructive technology doesn't make it any more benign, you know. All right, of course. So we got YO question. Yeah, like people are gonna start craving real humans and like talking to real people, and like it's gonna become where like you become like the original again, like the real. Right. Like you become like the real starseed, and people are gonna start remembering you. Like, damn, like you were the real deal. Like, it sounds like your friends, like the people in your bloodline. Oh, I see. Okay. Spirit says that what's happening right now is you're deciding on like what world you want to live in, because I feel like the world is going to get split, and people right now are deciding like without them knowing consciously, of course, right, that they're deciding on this reality. But this divide that you're feeling, lightworkers and starseeds, right now is actually something that you're like feeling as a foreshadowing of what's coming in society to come. And it's like where you'll be living at and from and out of energetically. And some of these people like decided that like they would have a surrogate spirit guide to the one that is like truly their spirit guide. So some of these people, like, it's like blue pill, you know, and you said no, hell no. And I feel like there's no question about that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're sponsored by spirit, you're not sponsored by like Frito-Lays. So Because really, I mean, that could be, these companies gonna start like paying to play like subconscious ads in your psyche, like, yeah, like send the frequency signal to like her phone about Frito-Lays, and then she's gonna suddenly start thinking about Frito-Lays and she doesn't even know why. Yeah, these companies starting to like play commercials you don't even know are playing, because people getting too smart and stuff, you know, not playing ads anymore. So now they got to do it with the sound frequencies, and such. Like they got to do it with the sound binaurals that are silent. It's like a version of wannabe mind control, which is where this comes into play, where you are preparing your mind, strengthening your mind, thinking for yourself, right? Purging, detoxing, so that you're not programmable like that and shit. And it has to do with why you've been separated from other light workers, okay? You've been separated because you're preparing yourself for this new world where you will not be relying on that, okay? So it's a divide. It's an exodus in two different directions. And I feel like some of you here, yeah, it's like you've been separated from people and it was just decisions and made on the spiritual plane. Some people decided not to, they didn't believe in like Earth. They didn't believe on Earth ascending and like, well, they didn't believe in ascension. They didn't believe in new Earth and like it being habitable, really. So, but you had faith and you lived for new Earth, and so Spirit will reward you there on new Earth. You will live on new Earth, and you will have, you're not going to have any of these problems that all these people have. And I feel it's going to range from so many things. I see it being a really high hike, and then all of a sudden it comes crashing down, and there's war, and there's all kinds of issues, and these people are going to look at you like, wow, how do we say? They got health issues, then they've got, yeah, all kinds of stuff. And it's like happening on a totally different sphere of planet Earth. So, yeah, guys, that's where